I'm okay. I just smoked another to the face, yeah. She wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you hip in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Come on with a dank, scrolling a tank, rolling with the gang. You sit and I on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah.
What up, though? Welcome to World Heavyweights Live, motorsports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spimo Rax, Young Chris, Unky Nick. Let's go. Got a jam-packed show for you guys. We're doing the draft player spotlight as always. We'll take individual players that we like, that we think will be right around the Detroit Lions draft spot at pick 29.
Yeah.
And we'll spotlight. We'll tell you what we like about them, what we don't like about them, and whether we hope they're there or not. Other than that, I'm under our state-bound contract talks coming up soon.
Yeah.
If you guys watch this show, been watching this show, you know that I'm physically and literally a big cap guy.
Yeah.
So, I have some opinions on it.
I got one opinion on it.
Say it. Unless you want to.
Pay that man his money.
All right. Outside of that, J.J. McCarthy's been listed as QB2 on some teams. Jared Goff MVP odds. Some disrespect in your eyes. We will get to all that stuff, but first and foremost, you saw the thumbnail if you clicked on the video here on YouTube. Beef Stew. Man don't play. Beef Stew throwing shots before the game even started. Was it Drew Eubanks? Drew Eubanks who caught a fade with Beef Stew before the game? Who still actually came out and had a solid game. I think he had like 6 points, 8 boards, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Which, Nick, if I'm being honest with you, that's still... He still did straight for getting his ass beat before the show, before the game, I should say. Because there's no way he won that fight.
Yeah, not a chance here. Yeah.
It's not a chance you win that exchange.
Beef Stew. I was, doing some Valentine things up in the apartment, and I turn on or I check out Twitter real quick, and I hear Beef Stew just absolutely obliterated Eubanks before the game. That's what I heard. Immediately, it just makes you think of the LeBron incident. Just kind of brings you back to that stage. But I mean.
That's my bad.
Yeah, okay. Beef Stew.
Tripped you out.
Yeah, I was a little, gotta be better than that. Beef Stew, I mean, what are we doing here? We haven't played in how many games? 15?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. What are we doing?
Shooting a fade on
I guess
injured ankle.
Yeah, I guess Eubanks had to have, it makes you think the worst, obviously.
We got arrested for it.
Yeah.
Got arrested for it. There was assault charges. He was let go, and he was, I believe, fined and incited, whatever that may mean. Is this from here? Oh, this is from Kate Cunningham. And that's from something else, too. Fuck you, Nick.
All right.
Good?
Yeah, should be good now.
This is new to all of us.
You might have to turn the levels down a little bit, Nick, but echoes should be taken care of. Let me know in the chat if it sounds good.
Either way, a beast stew. Eubanks. It's not the one to fuck with.
No. I saw the tweet, the original tweet before all the details came out. It was like Isaiah Stewart allegedly punched Drew Eubanks in the face. I was like, yeah, he did that shit. There's no allegedly. He definitely did that shit.
There was zero doubt. There was zero doubt in my mind that Stu did it. There was never once a thought of okay, this got overblown. This is out of proportion. I was just like, damn it, man. Well, I was telling Spencer off mic, man, this guy Stewart might have cracked the code. He might have figured out between injuries and suspensions, bro's barely got to work. He works
still.
He works like 30 games a year. That's not bad.
Beef Stew, has anybody disappointed him for it? Or is there some shitty, not shitty, but a Detroit badge of honor with it? Us having the history that we've had as the bad boys and just being Detroit in general. Is it Detroit versus everybody? That whole versus everybody shit started right here. That's kind of been our mentality. I personally have an issue with it. I am excited for Beef Stew to get back with these new people. I did see some people hating on the Detroit Pistons loss, which going against the past 2 teams we did, if you expected a win out of those, you were smoking some shit. I get the team had looked different for a little bit there, but to have expected a win and be extremely disappointed in these past 2 games, come on, guys. We are literally the worst team in the league. That wasn't going to change. I think they're still going to improve. They're still going to get a feel for each other out there on the court. Pause. And we also got Grimes coming back after the break too. But in terms of beef stew, shout out to him. I have no issues with it. I hope he doesn't get in any like serious legal trouble with it. I do.
Fuck it. Keep punching people, Stu.
Yeah, I really don't, man. I'm looking too on the game because I only watched like I tapped in after halftime. It was already a blowout, and at that point, I couldn't do it. I really couldn't.
Okay, you want to hear something very exciting though that I have lined up for this weekend?
What?
So in
Madam
the back,
Web.
in the back, no, Madam Web.
Fucking terrible movie.
In the back, me and Noah, shout out Noah, we were watching the Marble Olympics on YouTube. Marble Olympics.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar, but it's exactly what it sounds like. You have teams of marbles, and they run them through a bunch of different courses, and it's like the Olympics. You get medals, and at the end, there's a winner. So me and the boys this weekend, we're going to get drunk and high, put on the Marble Olympics, everybody pick a team, throw $20 on it, and just go after it.
Why not?
It's going to be fun. Just yelling. Like, we were watching it in the back. That shit was electric. So shout out to the guy, I don't remember the YouTube account, but the Marble Olympics, electric stuff. Great content.
I'm trying to see Eubanks' face. Was there any marks on him last night?
You trying to look through the stream so you can see his face?
No, I'm watching like highlights right now.
Bro doesn't even play.
Yeah.
Like,
he had a solid game last night.
Did he? Oh.
He stuffed the stat sheet. Nothing double digits, but I think he had 6 points, 8 boards, 2 blocks, 2 steals.
They said it was. He said it was a weak punch.
Oh, he did he really?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Oh.
They said it because they asked him if he was still playing. He said, "Yeah, it was a weak punch."
But like, was that a joke? I saw that in a tweet, but like, was it real? Was it a real quote?
Weak punch.
I don't know if he said that.
If
Maybe
he did,
he did.
Stu's for sure gave suspended.
Yeah, Stu's
because
going
he's
right
punching
back at him.
He's going right back at him.
When do we play the Suns next?
Oh my God!
I think it might
next
be
year.
a wrap for the season.
Yeah.
So
next
who's
year,
more of a menace, Isaiah Stewart or Draymond Green?
Draymond.
No.
Draymond for sure.
It's Isaiah Stewart for sure, and it's not even
No,
close.
it's not even close.
When they got
bro.
entangled,
Draymond has a highlight reel.
I wish we could show it, but I just looked at the Twitter video of those two getting tangled up, and Draymond was he backed up, bro. Isaiah Stewart's a different level of
Draymond's
crazy.
more of a menace in terms of like menacing things.
Yeah.
Draymond he holds the belt. It's undisputed.
This
it's not
guy,
even
Isaiah
close.
Stewart, is 100% getting suspended in a playoff game. 100%.
What?
Book it.
Oh, B Stu?
Yes.
If we ever make it there, yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, whether it's us, whether it's somebody else, he is getting suspended for a playoff game. You could cash that check.
Who, Stewart?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Well, if the Pistons ever make the playoffs again.
That's what I'm saying. I'm assuming he's moving to a team.
Yeah. When he gets traded to the Celtics, he'll get suspended for a playoff game.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
What?
I just saw Norman Powell and the gash on his face from when Duran came down with the elbow. That was nasty.
This is pretty nasty.
He was bleeding everywhere. Did you see that when we were playing the Clippers? And he got elbowed in the face. There was blood everywhere.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah. I know what you're talking about now.
Leaking.
And I just saw him for the first time in this highlight package after that game, and he's got a gash on his head.
Yeah, I gotta look. I guess I should do this before the show. Look more to the Eubanks side of things, because I only looked into like things from our side. Stu, if you get in any trouble under the NBA, still like reviewing it and whatnot.
Dayjuice says Draymond is a historical menace.
Yeah, it's not even close.
It's true.
This guy knocked out his own teammate. Like, there's no.
Shouldn't have been talking shit.
Yeah, there's nothing tops that.
What? So what?
And
Lindsay tells us all the time about how Bill Laimbeer and Isaiah Stewart and Isaiah Thomas used to fight at practice, literally fist fight. Poole shouldn't have been talking. He was talking shit to the wrong motherfuckers.
No, I'm not. That
And
I have
now
no
Jordan
issue with. I'm
Poole's
not.
in NBA wasteland in Washington. He's averaging like 8 points his last 12
It's
games.
rough.
And it's
I thought he was gonna go there and average a shit ton of points. And
I knew he wasn't. He sucks,
That's
bro.
crazy.
I asked Brady. We can bring Brady on. I talked mad shit about Jordan Poole. As soon as he got traded, I said he's a bum. He's not going to do shit. Guess what? Draymond monstered his ass. Took his powers. It's easy to look cool when you got two of the greatest shooters of all time standing next to you.
You think you look at like something as like historic as what the Golden State run was with KD and Steph, and you think maybe LeBron dismantled it by beating him just one time. No, it was Draymond.
No.
Draymond was the one to disband.
Draymond was the dumb. Yeah. That's how great civilizations and dynasties are destroyed. It's from the inside.
From within.
Like
That's
look
facts.
at the fall of Rome. It's from the inside. And then foreign invaders, but the poison of the water supply, a lot of different things going on with some weird sexuality stuff, and the fall of Rome. Dude, look it up, man.
I know.
The fall of Rome.
Why is it the fall?
Oh, look it up.
It definitely ain't the rise.
STIs, STDs.
A lot of different things, but a lot of internal factors first.
Yeah.
And just much like that,
Yeah.
the Roman dynasty of basketball, the Warriors.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which
Didn't even think about
You
that.
could.
But
what the Roman dynasty of
yeah,
basketball?
they're the Warriors.
The Warriors. Yeah.
And they're taken down because of, Draymond's too good.
It's probably the Spurs. Are the
He can't be contained. He's the GOAT, bro.
Hey,
What do you mean?
Poole showed out
First
in
team Hall of
that
Famer.
in that championship run though. Poole was making
Bum.
big shots in that final run.
The Bulls.
Poole in the final,
Which final run?
The one where they actually won the
You mean Wiggins?
finals? No,
'Cause it
Jordan
was
Poole.
Wiggins.
Jordan Poole was hitting down big shots.
Oh yeah, Poole went off.
Andrew Wiggins was way more important in that finals run than Jordan Poole.
yeah,
That's
maybe
fine.
more
But
important,
in
but
like
Jordan
the
Poole showed
playoff
up.
run though, I see. Yeah, Poole was there.
Poole's a bum.
He was a splash nephew. It's crazy too. As good as that team was, the nickname was the Hampton Five. Is that what they ended up running with? Right? Was there a cooler nickname? Did they end up coming up with anything cooler? That's just,
I don't know.
What an awful.
I've
fucking
never
nickname.
heard anybody refer to them as
I've
that.
never heard.
You've never
that.
heard them referred to as the
No,
Hampton Five?
that was real because it allegedly came from that's where they meant to recruit KD, and it's just like
That's so whack.
It's
I
cool.
guess the Heatles isn't that cool either though.
Heatles
it's
is
definitely
way
actually
cooler,
cooler though.
way
They're
cooler.
both whack.
What is the Bad Boys?
The Bad Boys, yeah, for sure.
That's not even a bias.
Easily
either.
the
That's
Bad
not-
Boys.
That's
Yeah.
like for sure.
Bad boy. Because that's what they were.
Yeah.
They beat your ass.
The Bulls were literally just called the Jordan Bulls.
Yeah.
Like
Whack.
the
Big
it was
Three.
him, the Big Three. That's probably second place.
That's probably pretty cool.
Is there any we're missing? Any old heads in the chat?
I mean, what other dynasties? Oh, Showtime Lakers.
Yeah,
Showtime Lakers.
is-
Ooh, that's probably
the
second.
best
Yeah,
name.
that's second.
That's probably as far as names go. We're not ranking them as like dynasties, but names.
What was Kobe and Shaq? What were they called?
I
They
think
had-
they
it was
just
just
recalled
Kobe and
themselves the
Shaq.
Showtime.
I think it's a
Lakers.
Showtime. Yeah,
No,
I think it's-
Showtime's Magic.
No, I know,
I
but I think
know,
that just
but I
got
think they
labeled
just
that
kind of-
too. Like I think that's what happened.
No.
I feel like Portland had
That's-
something, or like Houston in college basketball had like a really good one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
I think
Fab
he's-
Five.
The Fab Five.
Yeah, Fab
But
Five
they
is
didn't
great.
do anything. So
But that's also like 2024. Like,
Just-
fabulous.
I
Like, it's not cool.
if they would have won something, then maybe it'd be up there. But
I feel like Houston was like flying
yeah, when they had
Flyers
like
or
Clyde
something.
Drexler and Akeem
Yeah.
Olajuwon and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, yeah.
I think it's Bad Boys and Showtime Lakers are 1 and 2.
Yeah, Bad Boys, Showtime Lakers.
No Fly Zone, Michigan State.
They didn't win nothing.
They didn't win anything either.
Yeah.
They got
Cool
to the
nickname,
Final
though.
Four. They should have won a national championship, but they got hoed.
Why?
Because dude, that
Alabama?
no, that wasn't the No Fly Zone.
Oh.
No Fly Zone was when they lost to
I know they beat Ohio State that year, and they beat Stanford that year.
Fucking why can't I think of the name? Fucking Monte Teo, bro. Those pussies.
Oh, Notre Dame.
Oh,
Yeah.
Notre Dame, yeah.
They should have
In the
won
regular
that
season
year.
they lost?
Yeah.
Phi Slamma Jamma
They
was
got
Houston.
hoed by Notre Dame. There's so many bad calls in that game.
That's probably the best
Five
Michigan State team of my
slam-a-jamma.
life.
Oh, for sure.
The no-fly zone.
For sure.
And when Narduzzi left, I immediately knew that shit was
That's one of the
crumbling.
best like college defenses of all time,
Yeah. R.I.P.
statistically.
Really? College stats are weird, though. Because you're never really playing like equal opponents every week.
I mean, they played some pretty good teams that year.
We shall see.
So-
I'm what?
So Pistons are officially dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had
Pistons are
fun
done.
with our 2-game run.
Yeah,
and we're,
we got
yeah,
excited
we're back
after
and-
seeing Fettuccine go for 20.
All right, can we say this though? The teams they've got their ass kicked by the past 2 nights were like they're good teams. Like,
Lakers
were the
are
Western
not-
Conference
Lakers
Finals.
are not a good team.
They are.
No
The Lakers
way.
weren't a good team
They're
during the regular
playing
season
good-
last
they're
year
playing
either.
good right
Come playoffs, they made the Western Conference Finals because it's LeBron and AD. Like when they want to turn it up, they can. Like, they're still a good team.
The Lakers are a bottom
I can't call them
bottom
that,
10
bro.
team in the West.
I can't do that. I
What
mean,
do you mean?
like ranked wise, yes.
They didn't make the playoffs. Did they even make the playoffs last year?
Didn't they get into the play-in last year?
Yeah.
And they went to the Western. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what LeBron does because he coached during the regular season.
Oh, yeah, and then
wants to
Nuggets
stay
in 4.
healthy.
Yep.
Yeah, they're still a good team.
Some
But every
people-
game was close.
some people thought
6
I was
points or
crazy.
less.
What?
When I said Nuggets in 4,
Oh, yeah.
I made some decent money off
Shout
of
out
that.
People
Caleb.
thought who thought you were crazy for that? Nuggets were so good.
I made
Kalo.
like $250 off
Yeah,
that.
who betted against
Bunch
you
of
in
people
that?
on Facebook.
Dumbasses.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I made some big
Dick
cash
riders.
from my Lakers buddy.
After
made
the
some
first
big
game,
cash on
after the
that.
first game, 80 went for what, 35, and they still lost. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, they're not winning a single game. Nuggets in
Look,
4.
I apologize if he's not in the chat because he's not here to defend his name, but like, dick riders lose bets all the time. You had our boy Supremacy,
Yep.
RIP. You had your LeBron dick riders from Facebook.
Yep.
Shout out to my boy Mike. You lost $400 when he told me freaking Conor McGregor was gonna beat Floyd Mayweather in a boxing match.
Yeah, that's the dumbest shit I've
Just
ever
don't
heard.
dick ride, guys, and you'll get it right.
Do it with your.
You can
bet
still
with
be
your
a
mind,
fan
not
of
your
these
heart.
people without riding the dick.
Like, I was making
It's
money this
possible,
year.
I promise.
I was putting $50 on Jameer Gibbs over rushing yard every week, and that bitch hit damn near every week.
Hey, I appreciate you guys who are in the chat with us right now. Appreciate you for rocking through the technical difficulties. Smash that like button. We will be back talking Amon-Ra St. Brown's contract. But first, tell us about Jack Labrador.
Jack Labrador, football season is officially over and spring training is right around the corner. However, Jack Labrador is 24/7, 365 days a year. Learn how to play on your phone at jacklabrador.gg. 2 new symbols and a franchise-changing 3-point play. And remember that once you go Jack, you never go back. Go to jacklabrador.gg now and join in on the fun.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
At Planet Fitness, you can get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this?
You don't know how to use it?
This is better.
Join now through January 19th for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Never intimidating, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Join today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for 24 cents down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal extended through January 19th.
Over 50 Metro Detroit locations.
Head over to woodwardsports.com, click the shop tab today, and get yourself some brand new merch. If you are tired of the same old Detroit sports merch, they got the ultimate swag. Hoodies, hats, tees, all guaranteed to turn heads. Go to woodwardsports.com, click on the shop tab today.
Merch?
Merch?
I think it was DNC ENT. I don't have it pulled up at the moment, but he asked, who wins a charity boxing match between Penei Sewell and Isaiah Stewart?
It was Bob's Big Boy, wasn't it?
Was it Bob's Big Boy? Shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, regardless.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I'm taking Penei.
That'd be a matchup for the ages.
I'm taking Penei.
A Penei in an MMA match all day. Like, as soon as Penei gets his hands on him, it's a wrap.
Yeah, that's true.
But a boxing match?
Still, imagine like Penei hitting him with a shove into the corner and then just firing on him. Like, one Penei shove, he's
That's
going
fair.
flying.
But he's also 6'8", bro.
So I'm saying Penei will Kimbo Slice, get it up on him, and then hit some body shots.
That Mike Tyson shit. Damn. Like, if I was a billionaire, if there's any Saudi Arabian billionaires listening, let's make that happen. I'd pay pay-per-view money for that all day.
I would pay a lot of money to see that.
All
No,
day.
we should do Aaron Donald versus Penei Sewell.
No, Penei washes Aaron Donald, all due respect.
I don't know, man.
Dude trains with knives.
Penei. Wait, what? What do you say?
He trains with knives.
Oh,
Aaron
he trains with
Donald.
knives.
Yeah.
Fake knives.
I know, I'm just messing
What?
around.
He trains with knives.
What does that mean? Like
Aaron Donald. When he does his little step dip and rips, it's with fucking knives.
All right.
So he's precise with them. It's hard to maneuver this mic in front of me.
Yeah.
Everything else is broken around here. I want to be the guy that breaks
That's the whole
everything
point
else.
of the training, Eazy. You're supposed to be able to be
What'd you say?
precise.
Yeah, that's true. You should get into more training so you can avoid the mic.
Yeah, that's true.
He trains with Drakes.
Get your ass. Go to sleep.
Got him.
Go to sleep. Anyway, Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's rumored. I don't know. Do we have a graphic back off for that one? We may not. I don't think we do, actually. I apologize. But it's rumored that I think it was Ari who put it out there. Amon-Ra St. Brown negotiating an extension, annual average salary of $25 million for 3 years. Worth every goddamn penny.
Yes.
Worth every goddamn penny. And I tried because I like to be reasonable. I tell you, DICK riders, they lose every time, and I didn't want to be that guy. So I did do a little bit of the homework. Shout out to Brad's Bulge on Twitter. Brad Holmes Bulge on Twitter. He's sent me the article originally, but it's the wide receivers who have won Super Bowls with the highest cap hit. And I'm gonna read this piece right from there. And it says, since the turn of the new century, only 3 Super Bowl winning teams have had an all-pro wide receiver on it.
Wow.
It's the 2021 Rams, the 2006 Colts, it's Marvin Harrison, the Rams is Cooper Kupp,
Yeah.
and then 2011 Victor Cruz with the Giants.
He was all-pro. Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of Victor Cruz, second team all-pro.
He was a dog.
Second team all-pro. Out of all 44 teams that participated in those Super Bowls, only 13 of them had all-pro wide receivers on them. That's the Patriots, Randy Moss, Wes Welker, and that's it.
That's not 13.
Well, I'm not. I don't have the whole list. I don't have the whole list.
Yeah.
I'm no mathematician.
I'm no genius, but I don't think that's 13.
But basically, it's hinting towards similarity. What?
You did the by the numbers.
Oh, by the numbers. Historically, though, paying a wide receiver a shit ton of money hasn't added up well for teams. Again, Cooper Kupp's probably the only one to do it, but I think we're in a little bit of a different scenario nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get that someone could say that Amon-Ra St. Brown isn't better than Justin Jefferson. Like that's fair. We called that takeout last week ourselves. But I think a debate can be had if you want to talk about like the value of Amon-Ra St. Brown.
You can take those numbers. You could take your debates on Amon-Ra St. Brown's value.
Well, it's not a
You
debate.
can stuff them in a sack.
I don't have a negative
You
one.
can put some stones in that sack.
Don't turn it that way.
And
It's
you
not what
can
I'm saying.
throw that sack
You can fuck off.
into the Detroit River.
Turn it sideways. Shove it
Pay
right up
that
your
man
ass.
his money. I don't care if it's only 3 receivers that whatever first team all pro receivers to win the Super Bowl. Amon-Ra St. Brown should be a Lion for life. Pay him, keep him. He is the definition of grit. He is the definition of a Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes guy. He works hard, works his ass off, grinds, and all he does is catch balls. In 3 years, he has over 300 receptions. He is a first-team All-Pro, above the likes of a Devontae Adams, above the likes of an A.J. Brown, above the likes of a Jamar Chase, who was injured. But Amon-Ra St. Brown deserves this money. He deserves to be a Lion. You pay him, you keep him home.
Congratulations, you just got Amon-Ra St. Clown.
You tell me to take all that stuff and shove it up in there. I didn't have any of that stuff on there.
I wasn't telling you. I was just telling whoever it was.
Because the whole thing with the Jared Goff thing is at the 12%. If you're taking more than 12% of the cap, that's when like you're a detriment to the team. I'm not saying Brown in this situation, if his average annual value is $25 million, that's less than 12% of like the $2,024 million cap hit that you have, or cap that they have to work with. On top of that, too, each and every year that cap's going to continue to grow. And it's also going to be staggered a certain way, too. We all know how these things work. They're backloaded. Like, if he gets this extension, it's all going to be hidden within bonuses, and it's going to be spread out. And the higher it goes up, I guess, again, the cap is going to follow. It's the quarterback contracts that are detriment to you. And I think the way that this offense is ran regardless, like, I mean, Amon-Ra St. Brown, just as a receiver in himself, he's just so – you watch him play, sometimes he'll fall. He doesn't even get tackled. Like, sometimes he'll fall before he gets the big tackle. Mm-hmm. So he's smart, takes care of his body. Obviously, you know his dad's former fucking Mr. Universe. Also, how much riz you have to talk your girl to naming your kid after an Egyptian god?
That is true.
Like, that
he called a shot, and his shot went through.
Facts.
Like, he named the best of his kids the coolest name.
Yes.
Like, he knew. He was like, all right. He held them in his hands. The sun probably shined on him from the window. Oh, he's like, this is Amon-Ra.
Yeah, dude. But the kid runs out of bounds. He falls. He doesn't take unnecessary hits. Takes care of his body. Works his ass off. Everything you said about the grit that you want, like the Dan Campbell regime, to be known for, he represents every single piece of that. On top of like being the most consistent guy, in my opinion, in the NFL at the wide receiver position. And like you have guys that can produce more, like sparingly. Where Amon-Ra, I mean, the fantasy community loves him for a reason. Mm-hmm. You know what you're getting out of Amon-Ra St. Brown damn near every single game. You know you're getting at least 60 yards at the minimum out of this guy. You know he's going to block, and you know he's also just going to stay healthy too. Like, the value in itself is there for me when it comes to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And I'm a little bit of a stand, too.
And you know what else he proved this year that he didn't have a chance to prove in any of his other years?
What?
He ain't no Joel Embiid. He ain't no Lamar Jackson. Man puts on in the playoffs. Man doesn't get scared away in the big light. He doesn't choke in the playoffs. He went out there and did what he does. Caught 7 to 10 balls for 80 to 100 yards and a touchdown. That's what he does.
Yep.
Amon-Ra St. Brown healthy, any given Sunday, you pencil him in for 7 to 10 catches, 70 to 100 yards, and a touchdown. That's what he does. Every week.
What he is like, and probably a lot of people, Valentine's Day was yesterday, you probably found yourselves in this situation where you could have shot your shot with, like, the baddest on your roster, but you didn't know. Like, it's inconsistent. She's the baddest bitch on your roster by far.
Yeah.
But she also had, someone who's still hot.
Yeah.
And she's putting out for sure.
Yeah.
And you had to decide, like, which one of those is going to be, like, your Valentine yesterday. Like, which one, and you were taking the one that you're cashing in all night, for sure.
Yeah, you take the sure thing.
And that's what Amon-Ra is.
He's the sure thing.
Like, Justin Jefferson may be the hottest bitch in the building, but you also still have a bad bitch that's for sure going to put out, and that's Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm just saying.
I don't like the analogy, but you're right. You're damn right.
You called Calais Campbell a hefty mama yesterday.
Listen, Amon-Ra St. Brown is part of the team. Right? Calais Campbell, he's not even on the roster yet. But no, I know what you mean.
That's how you recruit him.
And I love to see it, man. I love to see it. These talks should be quick. These talks should be, how much money do you want? Here's what we're comfortable giving you. Oh, it's the same number? Awesome. Sign the contract.
For it to be a detriment to the team, in my opinion, and as much of an Amon-Ra St. Brown standard that I am, it would have to get around $29 million, I believe, is what would break it over that 12% that I like to lean on when you start taking away from the rest of your team. And by the way, Brad also doesn't build through the free agency either. He builds for the draft. So it's not really a detriment to the way that he likes to do his work either. And we know he's very good at his fucking job. Was there an executive of the year for the NFL awards, or just that's
he won it?
There normally is.
Because I know he won the NFL Association or Football Association one.
He should win it every year.
Yeah, I mean he definitely would have won it this year. But Nick,
yeah, we talked about Brad Holmes not giving big contracts out in free agency. This is his big first contract where he's drafted the player and they're due up for payday. So this is big when it comes about what we're going to have to expect looking forward. He has been the heart and soul of this team. I named him the MVP of the Detroit Lions team yesterday because that's what he means to this Detroit Lions offense. He is there for Jared Goff anytime he's under pressure. St. Brown is making the turn, cornerback on his hip, making the catch. Super consistent, all-pro, two-team Pro Bowler. He's played 3 years. And this guy just grinds and grinds and grinds. I believe a deal's going to get done. I think hopefully it is at that $25 million number. And, I mean, we're just going to see a lot of this and get ready for it because St. Brown's the first of many of Detroit Lions and Brad Holmes draft picks to get paid.
That's a good point, Nick. And everybody likes to take their victory lap. Everybody likes to take their victory lap, and that's why I have a Dalton Schultz jersey on the way. No, I'm just kidding. But everybody likes to take their victory lap, and this is Brad Holmes' victory lap. This is the guy in the 4th round that experts said, oh, he's too small. They reached for him, blah, blah, blah. Oh, guess what? First draft in Detroit, first draft as a GM, 4th round pick, first team All-Pro. You pay that guy. You're like, yeah, motherfuckers, this is what I do if you're Brad Holmes. This is what I do. This is the gold I find in the draft. So, yeah, that's definitely going to be a factor of it. I mean, it's not like Brad Holmes wouldn't cloud his vision, but it definitely feels better when he deserves it and you knew he was going to be this.
Yeah, and by the way, 25 AAV is just that's the average of it. His cap is probably going to eclipse that at some point. But again, it's going to be on the back end after the cap space in itself goes up. And so I don't have any beef with it. I really don't. And at that point too, you'll probably extend them again, hide that money in some void years or whatever else you got to do to make it work because this is the face of your turnaround. I mean, you want to talk about grit. Nothing represents that more than a guy being drafted 4th round, not really given an opportunity in the first half of the season, but force his way onto the field, and not just force his way onto the field, but also produce when he got there consistently.
Nothing represents that more than 102 jug machine catches every day after practice. Nothing represents that more than him showing up to work every day, than the blocks he throws in the run game, doing the dirty work, never shaking. He is a Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell guy. When you look up Dan Campbell guy in the dictionary, there's a picture of Amon-Ra St. Brown next to it. When you look up first team All-Pro in the dictionary, there's a picture of Amon-Ra St. Brown next to it because that's what he is. Pay this man his money.
DNC, ENT, and World Sports Chat. Crazy. Easy's using all the talking points to be used for Goff that he tried shooting down. Wish I could say I was surprised. No, brother, that's not the same at all.
When was he a first team All-Pro, man?
Also, $25 million AAV is a lot different than 40 to 50.
It's not going to be 40.
like a 45 to 50. That's $20 million difference, $25 million difference. There's so much. The cap percentage is the conversation I bring up is 12%. Jared Goff's new contract, if he does get one, I got some speculation on that too. Is going to be monster. What are we doing? It's not the same conversation at all. These are massive different amounts of money that we're even speaking on. On top of the fact that, would you say, is Jared Goff a first team All-Pro?
No, he was not last time I checked.
Jared Goff had a really good season this year.
He had a great year.
Was he considered MVP?
He was not, no. I mean, neither was Amon-Ra St. Brown, but...
It's okay, but Amon-Ra St. Brown was given his...
He got his,
yeah. He was even a reserve Pro Bowl guy.
No, he was.
Yeah, St. Brown was.
Oh, Goff was, yeah.
Yeah.
He got host, though.
Well, Amon-Ra was a reserve Pro Bowl guy.
Yeah, Amon-Ra
was reserve. But he still got his an All-Pro. There's differences, guys. There's different levels. But we'll continue the conversation.
Can't you just think of the thumbnail yesterday? Think of the lovely times you've had with Jared Goff.
Well, I'm fine. I like Goff. I just got to read comments like that, and they got to be addressed.
Tell us about Feldman.
There's a big difference, guys. Just like there's a big difference between the next guy and Feldman Chevrolet. Feldman Chevrolet is the best in the business. What are we doing? 18 locations across the great state of Michigan. And there's one right in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find it. It's the best car buying experience in the game. Check us out, Feldman Chevrolet at Novi.
Feel alive during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest New Year's sales event ever. Get the best prices on our huge selection of award-winning Chevrolets. Like this 2024 Equinox for $188 per month. Or this 2024 Silverado for $268 per month. It's the New Year's sales event going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
At Planet Fitness, you can get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this?
You don't know how to use it?
This is better.
Join now through January 19th for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Never intimidating, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Join today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal extended through January 19th.
Over 50 Metro Detroit locations.
Happens when you run a great business for over 50 years, you expand and offer more products to more people. That is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
What up, welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on Sports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined my guy Spin More Rax, Young Chris, Unky Nick. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. At some point, I'm gonna get some headphones, and if you guys want to call in and argue about it, we'll have you guys call in. But for now, I'll read a couple comments from the chat. DNC ENT, 25 AAV would be the 5th highest in the league this last year before CD, Chase, and JJ get paid.
I would love that. That sounds like a perfect contract for first team All-Pro.
Yeah, exactly. Steve Wilds, McNeil is going to be a Pro Bowler next year. I'd extend him.
I like that. I would do that now as well. I think if McNeil was healthy this year, if he stayed healthy this year, he would have been a Pro Bowler as well. I think if you get out in front of that, you could do it for a lot cheaper than what it would be. But again, that's on him to accept it. If he bets on himself.
Yeah, what are we thinking? A guy like Aleem McNeil.
I think right now you could get him for 12 a year.
Probably get him for fairly cheap right now.
I think right now you could get him for around $10 million a year.
That'd be insane to sign him for $10 million a year and then say you pair him.
I think so.
I don't know, man. I think 12, 15-ish.
I mean, he did get hurt. What does he have? Like 8 career sacks? Like,
that's like the first time he got hurt too.
Yeah, exactly though. This would have been his best season by far. This would have been a Pro Bowl season, and I think you get him 10 to 12 right now. If you do it right now.
Yeah.
If you do it right now, I think you can get him for that. But again, like, he can bet on himself. He doesn't have to sign the contract.
I don't think so. I have a little birdie says it's not a priority of theirs till next year.
Aleem?
Yeah.
Birdie.
I mean, honestly, I don't hate it. Like, Aleem, what? Yeah.
Little birdie told you.
But also, like, Aleem is very, very good, but he's not like if it's like a Matabuke, if he had like a Matabuke type season, lock him up now.
Well, yeah,
but that
would have cost a lot more.
Would cost a lot more, but also like lock it up now for damn sure. I don't know if I don't know, man. I don't know if Aleem's going to test the market and get like one of those. There was a Deron Payne who got paid like $20 million or something like 2 years ago.
Yeah, he got a fat contract.
Like I just don't know. What did he do? Aleem is demanding like that type of market, in my opinion. What do you end up doing this year?
Yeah.
That's a great question. I do not know.
4 sacks compared to the 11 and a half before he got paid. I remember we wanted him here.
Yeah, I did.
Thank God we didn't pay him.
For sure. That's why Brad Holmes is smarter than us.
DNC, I have no clue what you're talking about. I'm trying to like find out where you're coming from to like have this conversation, but I really don't. I don't understand. Won't feel it as much as long as it ain't golf. Is that you trying to get a golf conversation?
I really hope this deal does get done before those other top wide receivers, though. Like that's like imperative to happen. Like if we need St. Brown to sign before these other top wide receivers.
Yes,
like Jefferson.
Jefferson's going to reset the market. You get him at 25 a year is like what A.J. Brown's making right now.
Yeah,
and St. Brown's 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how many? My honest reaction was like, that's a discount.
Yeah, dude. If you get 4 years, $100 billion, sign me up.
Yeah,
sign me up.
Yeah, and I don't buy into like when I went over the cap numbers with the wide receivers, just because like it was an interesting point brought up to me to make a case to go against like Justin Jefferson when that whole stuff was going on. But like I'd still have to like look at it to try to see both sides of it, and I don't really see that as much of a detriment as like again a quarterback contract taking so much more of the cap space. I mean, you got literally like again, if Amon-Ra's AAV is 25, and like the top end quarterbacks are getting 50 plus, it's literally double. You know what I'm saying? Like it's literally double. It's just such a drastic difference. With quarterback, you had the conversation of the like, salary cap taking that much money, and it kind of fucking you a little bit. Wide receiver position at 25, I can't bitch about that. I really can't. And it's not. That's the other part of it too. Is like again, it's not going to be 25. It's probably going to be like 16, 20 something, and then higher the next year.
Yeah, the last year will be like 30, but the first couple of years will be 16, 19. Then it'll be like 25, 30.
So you have to like work your way within those little pockets if you are going to pay these people, Jared Goff included. Okay, backload it. If you're acquiring any new talent, like again, Darius Sneed wants to get paid too.
Front load that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Front load it. Especially if you're acquiring a guy he's younger now. Front load while he's good.
Yeah. Sign him to a 3-year contract and pay most of it in the first year. Because even if you sign these contracts next year, Amon-Ra's still cheap.
Yeah.
He's getting paid like $1 million next year. Penei Sewell's still on his rookie contract next year. Jared Goff's still only on his, $32 million contract next year. So you could front load one and get a fat chunk of that out next year and then have them for a while.
Sewell still has 2 years.
Yeah. So does Hutch.
Sewell?
Hutch has 3.
What?
Sewell's got next year and then his 5th-year option. And Hutch has 2 years. And
everyone says we got to save money for Hutchinson. He doesn't. We still have 3 years on Hutchinson.
Yeah.
Like people have to realize. I know we're drafting all these elite players right now. They get that extra option the 5th year because they're first rounders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really depends on like the temperament of the player too. Because like you have guys that will sit out before that 5th year.
Hutch won't
to get the long term.
I don't think Penei will. I think they'll sign Penei.
I think Penei gets locked up before then too.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, like if that were the case, like Penei would be his extension would be being discussed right now.
Yeah.
And it's not. Even like one of the names a little birdie said was CJ GJ, by the way. It was CJ GJ, Goff, and St. Brown, but St. Brown being the priority.
Yeah.
Like
Penei Sewell is gonna be a Lion for life. It's the same as Amon-Ra St. Brown. You remember how fucking hyped they were when they drafted him. He embodies grit. He embodies what they want a player to be. He is the best offensive lineman in football. He is going to get paid the biggest contract in offensive lineman history when he gets paid, and he deserves it.
And that's another important part of all of this is the Brad Holmes regime and everything that he has been building. These are his guys. These are his first guys. All of the decisions that he's made, the morale that he's built, him and Dan Campbell within this organization and this fan base. If you cheap out on these guys, if you stiff them, if you don't take care of them, all of these words of grit, grind, all of this that they bring to the table, that they preach every day, starts to ring a little less hollow. It's just like how people were criticizing Dan Campbell for going for it on 4th down, and Alex Anzalone in his letter said No, we all stand by that because that's what got us here.
Yeah.
So this is why it's important to take care of these guys, not only because of their talent and what they're bringing on the field, but what they mean to the culture of this team and what that means for other teams, and that makes other players around the league want to come here because they see that if you come here, if you take care of business, if you work hard, you will get the paycheck. So you have to take care of these guys.
Breaking news: Chicago Bears cut safety Eddie Jackson.
And All-Pro or Pro Bowl guard, some white hair. I can't remember.
Oh, wow.
Bears had a Pro Bowl guard?
Yeah.
What?
Former Pro Bowl guard.
Okay, I was gonna say that makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Nick. I was like, what? Pro Bowl?
Dude, they're
Guards,
so good
that
they
just
block
proves
each
guards
other.
are dispensable, man.
Oh, God, yes, absolutely they are. I've been told point blank they are. Like every 5 years, it's one of those positions you kind of like rotate, you know? I do have a feeling, though, when I saw that $25 million, and I think we all kind of had the same feeling of like, it's kind of low. They either Brad Holmes, they either have the all-in goal, like with Ben coming back, or Ben's a master manipulator. Not manipulator,
And
that's a bad word.
like I said,
just a great negotiator.
He's going to sign that contract. He's going to pull in there. He's going to pull in there in his probably humble car that he has right now. He's going to sign that contract. He's going to drive off the lot in a fully fucking souped up to the tits Mustang.
Oh, absolutely.
Like it's going to be dropped on the table and be like, happy birthday.
It's part of your deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Are Mustangs still cool?
Yeah, dude.
People still love those?
Yeah, Mustangs are still cool.
They're classic.
That's
Or
all
a fucking EV.
It's like Lambos and Bugattis now.
Yeah, Bugatti.
Bugatti.
But I mean, well, Sheila could get him a Bugatti for sure.
Yeah, but she's Ford.
She's Ford. That's why.
So is she gonna like allow, you know?
Well, yeah, I mean,
You'd rather give your own brand.
Yeah.
Everyone loves their own brand.
Everyone loves their own brand.
I can see St. Brown in a Ford Mustang commercial, you know, little power car.
Sorry, we're recovering from that
That's
one.
Real cousin shit. Everyone loves their own brand.
Everyone loves their own brand. But I saw the 25 though. I'm thinking like Brad. I mean, he has been masterful with the negotiations and like not spending like too much money. I'm starting to wonder like, are they gonna play a little bit of hardball with Goff to get like a reasonable contract? I'm not like being disrespectful here.
Oh, hell yeah!
Don't re-sign him or like kick
You
rocks.
just pocket watch
Let's get
it.
Hendon. But like I'm saying, like I mean, do you think he's gonna strong arm a little bit? Let's talk about when we get back actually, because we do have to go to break.
Play it says St. Brown drives a Tahoe. He bought it from Feldman Chevy. Shout out Feldman.
Shout out Feldman.
Shout out.
Tell us about Guardian Alarm.
Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and know a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology. It's been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
And let them know Amara St. Brown sent you.
Come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Dispo Dispensary is your #1 cannabis plug, the best in the business. There's 12 locations across the great state. There's one right near you. Visit disposhops.com to find the one closest to you. They got Dispo Dash and delivered to you. And like I said, they got the best created cannabis in the business with multiple products and name brands.
So my original plan on that is I was gonna hit you with it, but I was like, poor taste. Can't do that.
We got headphones. DNC. The floor is open. The lines are open. I'd like to call in and explain what the hell you're trying to say in the chat, because I wasn't understanding it, but I'd like to clear things out.
Talk to me, boy.
Oh, what? Are we calling out?
Damn.
Phone lines are open, fellas.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
Like, damn, that was fast.
But seeing that 25, I do feel like it's kind of like, it was cheaper than I expected. And again, it's not like a final number, so I guess we can't like bank on it for sure. But I don't know, man. I feel like Brad Holmes is going to make the most of all these signings.
We know he is. We know he is. This is what he does. This is what he does. He's going to make it work. He is not going to get hamstrung. He is not going to sign Jamie Collins. He's not going to sign
Trey Flowers.
Trey Flowers. Yeah, he's going to make the right deal for the right price for the right guys.
So, and I was thinking that it applies to the quarterback position in a positive light. Like I think Brad Holmes.
I think you're just pocket watching.
You are pocket watching.
How am I pocket watching? Don't
you
do that,
watching
Chris.
this pocket.
Don't give these fucking dick riders ammo. I don't even want to have the conversation. That's what we're gonna do here. But no, I think Brad Holmes has.
Did you hear what L'Jarius
has a
Sneed
little
said?
bit of like the upper hand. I really do. I feel like on top of obviously just being like a good negotiator, on top of always having Jared Goff's back, on top of kind of like. And maybe like, again, this is disrespectful to say towards Jared Goff, but helping like revive his career a little bit here in Detroit, and like I guess giving him some more brand powers. Like, hey, Jared Goff can turn your franchise around. He's a constant veteran. He's going to show up for work every single time. I think on top of that, you also have the Hendon Hooker out.
Yeah.
You also have Ben Johnson back, and I just think we're going to get a fair contract value out of Jared Goff, both sides. I don't think he's necessarily going to break the bank.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I was listening to the former Falcons GM talk about it. I don't remember what show it was. It was a guy who re-signed Matt Ryan to that $30 million deal, which was like the first like $30 million contract at the time, and everyone was freaking out about it. And he's like, sometimes you got to pay your guys. Mm-hmm. But in the situation with Goff, he's like, I think you can meet halfway with that. I think at his age and at that point in his career and where you are as a team, there's a halfway point where you guys can meet, and this thing is kind of fair for both angles.
Yeah, I'm giving you shit, but I think there's a lot of room in this, and that's also partly to Goff. I don't think it's just simply Brad Holmes, getting Jared Goff to beg to stay here. Like, I don't think that's what it's going to be. But I do think Goff has real ties here. I think he feels planted here, and I think this is a community that he wants to continue to be with. And also, I just don't see him with the situation that he loves so much. I don't see him squeezing every drop of penny he could possibly get in this contract. I just don't see that being him in this situation. So I think that's why we're saying different things, but I think we're coming to the same place of I don't think it's going to be the top end value dollar that Jared Goff would get on the open market. I do think there will be some type of discount, if that's the word you want to use when it comes to it, but I don't necessarily think it's Brad Holmes just getting Goff to beg for mercy, and he has all the leverage and he's holding all the cards.
No, but he has leverage though. It's not like he's going in there like naked. He's not jumping into a knife fight.
I don't look at it as leverage when both sides want the same thing. I mean, they are obviously the dollar amount is the difference, and that's the negotiating point.
I think there's definitely leverage.
They both want to be here. Holmes wants Goff, and Goff wants to be here.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a leverage you need to have in those negotiations, though, especially at the quarterback position of all of them. Because, again, like I said before, that's the one that's taking up the most cap space. I think, obviously, drafting Hendon Hooker helped him out with that situation. And again, in a respectful manner, if Goff has, like, that situational awareness of like, the offensive line he's in front of or behind, the play caller he has, I think he knows, like, this is where his value is best kept. And if I'm being honest, I mean, this is a fair – I'm just asking this, too. I'm not, like, saying it. Do you think Goff gets $50 million on an open market?
No, I don't. I don't think so.
I think he does.
I think it's pretty close. So
50?
I think he would to
really
a bad team that needs a quarterback.
Close.
I think he gets like it's like a Derek Carr 40. You know
I don't think.
saying?
Yeah, he would get a. I think he'd get a Derek Carr, Daniel Jones, Geno Smith type deal, but it would be a little inflated because it's a year later. So probably like 46, somewhere around there. I think that's what he would get on open market.
Nick, you about to say something?
Yeah, I was just looking up the number. Do you guys remember what Kirk got when he left? The
Redskins?
Yeah, I mean Russell Wilson got 48.
Well, Russell Wilson, a little bit of like a legacy deal there too,
Yeah.
because you got Super Bowl ring and 2 Super Bowl trips with him.
And Russell Wilson
He was cooking
better.
at the
He was
time.
He's a much better quarterback when you looked at him than
Yeah.
at that point than Jared Goff was.
Yeah,
Russell Wilson had one of the best deep balls in the NFL for like 6'5". He still does, honestly, but
Yeah.
he's kind of cooked now.
I just think Jared Goff, like if he did get to the open market, a desperate team with cap space would for sure take a shot on him. Former number 1 overall pick, finally got the Lions to the playoffs. They won the division for the first time in however many years.
Yeah.
2 playoff wins, took care of the old demons in Stafford, beat Baker Mayfield, which I guess Baker's not the best quarterback, but I mean, we should have won the NFC Championship game. He was the quarterback to almost lead this team to the Super Bowl. I just feel like a team would probably take a chance on him at $50 million on the open market.
It's fair.
What is Tankathon? I'm gonna see what teams need quarterbacks, and who would be the Steelers.
What teams need quarterbacks? Yeah, the Steelers, the Commanders,
maybe the Vikings, just
the Vikings for sure.
So like, okay, New England. Here's another thing too.
New England definitely.
Listening to that podcast. Okay, like
Bailey Zappi's not it.
Take your like fandom aside and just like look at the facts surrounding the matter. When the trade went down, as successful as he's been, again, great situation, great offensive line, great play caller now too, because it didn't start that way. It didn't start great. But the value of JG in the franchise's eyes, where you had to attach 2 first-rounders to him to acquire Matthew Stafford, who at the time, like good, but you weren't like elite, you know what I'm saying? It was still a little bit of a gamble there.
And a third.
Right? And a third. 2 first rounds and a third. That's just looking how like franchise value him as a player.
One of the first was for Stafford, and the other first was to take the contract.
Regardless, the value of it, like, that's just the value of him.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do to acquire like another guy in an upgrade. Those are in the eyes of the franchises.
Dude,
another thing too. What?
Goff on the Commanders. That would not go well.
Oh man,
I'm just saying. I love Jared Goff and what he did for this team, but that offensive line is the worst in the NFL by far. What's his name? Got sacked like 60 plus times this year. Sam Howell.
So the other thing too, and this is coming from a guy that was a GM who's been to the Super Bowl with the Atlanta Falcons, is Thomas Dimitroff. Again, that's the guy that's on the podcast, the ESPN one. I forgot what co-host he was with. That's a former GM. Even him, in his eyes, you pay him, we don't break the bank to pay him. I don't know that he's getting that 50 on the open market.
Like I said, we talked about this on BDE, and Neil made a good point where a lot of these guys probably are going to, he called it haircuts. A lot of these guys are going to give a little off the top. They're going to take a little off the top to keep the band together, to keep it going. Because like Amon-Ra St. Brown could definitely get more than $25 million a year. But he's going with, it looks like he's going to get $25 million a year because he likes the culture, he likes the guys around him.
Yeah.
Jared Goff on an open market would probably be around 50 a year. But he'll probably get,
I don't know, bro,
45 somewhere around there. Aiden Hutchinson will probably take a little bit off the top. Penei Sewell will probably take a little bit off the top because of the culture and what they're trying to build towards.
Yeah.
And I know it's not the hometown discount I don't really like because I think people think of it as like, oh, he's going to take a $30 million a year contract. Like, no.
Yeah.
He'll take like $2 million less than he normally would somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's just that little bit that you can sign a veteran with.
I'm looking teams. Tennessee, maybe. Although they still technically have Ryan. No. They got Will Levis.
Yeah.
Crossing them off. Atlanta.
Yep.
Maybe Minnesota.
Yep.
Denver.
Yep.
I can see Denver doing it too, actually.
Washington.
50 million. Just because Denver has so much.
Carolina.
Washington's got pick number 2. They're taking a
Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina. They got
they got problems.
They got cooked, bro.
Oh man, one of the worst mismanagements of assets I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Just disgusting.
Just lost the number 1 overall pick in like a draft where there's just 2 guys, maybe even 3, that are like guys
that are better.
Yeah. All due respect to Bryce Young. That's crazy.
Bryce Young's 5'2". You're never going to win with a 5'2"
And
quarterback.
you gave away a fucking stud at wide receiver, too.
Yeah.
And he gave away Caleb Williams.
And Caleb Williams, yeah.
Oh, man.
If you would have just taken that pick, what would they had the number 2 pick, right? Or like
At 1. They traded
no,
1.
they traded for 1. Well, what was the one they traded? It was like 7 or something.
9.
Yeah,
Darnell
if they would
Wright.
have used that to take
9.
The Darnell Wright. I think was the
Darnell
pick,
Wright,
the Bears.
and then take Caleb Williams this year would have been a lot better. I couldn't believe that. I was like, you're trading a number 1 pick, or you're trading your first round pick in a draft that Caleb Williams is going to be in next year
for a 4'11" quarterback.
For a 4'2" quarterback. I couldn't believe it.
Honestly, bro, I don't think there's. I think we are in negotiable favor with Jared Goff in the open market. Because outside of Atlanta, Minnesota, because they're possibly losing Kirk Cousins, Denver, who doesn't have an answer right now, everything else is kind of like either has a young guy or they're in a position to draft their young guy right now. Carolina's got their guy. Chicago's picking their guy this year. Washington's picking their guy this year. New England, I'll put them down on that, but they have an opportunity to grab their guy right now too.
Oh, they got Bailey Zappi.
Yeah. Arizona's got Kyler Murray.
They got former Pro Bowler Mac Jones. Why would they need?
Chargers got Justin Herbert. The Giants, I'll put the Giants on there.
Yeah.
The Giants are on there.
Seattle.
Tennessee's got their guy. Atlanta's on there too. Seattle's kind of got their guy, but yeah, I can see them wanting somebody.
They're definitely, yeah.
They should have grabbed
I
somebody
don't know
last
if
year,
they're
though.
going to upgrade. They're not going to upgrade from Geno to Goff.
Yeah, I agree. At $50 million too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chicago's obviously, we already went over that one too. Yeah, it's not really Vegas. They're locked in the car right now. Or not car, but just paid Jimmy G a shit ton of money. Carr just got signed for a shit ton of money in New Orleans. Indianapolis just drafted Anthony Richardson.
The real ones that are like
nobody is really
the two ones, or there's 3 that are actually like realistic, and that's New England, Pittsburgh, and
I don't even know about Pittsburgh,
and Atlanta.
I would say New England, Atlanta.
Could you imagine a Goff at Magic City?
He wouldn't need to, man. Christian Harper's a
That's true.
I was just about to
Top
say,
tier
it seemed
human.
like she's really embracing the city, which
Kristen
is big.
Harper is gorgeous, dude.
And she's a cool like person too.
Yeah,
she is gorgeous.
It's big for like the whole entire thing behind it. If she, I mean, it seems like she's enjoying herself on the gram, you know, and that's big because she's in Jared Goff's ear every single time when he's negotiating these contracts. You know, some of those girls want to be out in LA doing their thing. Shout out Kelly Stafford, but it's a serious thing. No, because she wanted to be out in LA. She requested the trade out there for him. We could have got other picks from. Not in a positive light, Spenny.
I know why you said it, but just no.
Not in a
Broder
positive
makes a great
light.
point too. You also got JJ coming out, which NFC team said he's their QB2.
Who? It was probably the Vikings, right?
Well, this one we actually have a backdrop for, but we do have to go to break.
We do have to go to break.
We'll come back when we get a break. We'll continue the conversation.
Let me tell you about PFit. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all this for just $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. There are more than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Have you ever wondered where all the finest restaurants get their steaks? It's Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef for over 60 years. But now you can buy these cuts of meat for yourself at the Steak Shop by Fairway Packing Company. Prime porterhouse, A5 Japanese New York strip steak, dry-aged Wagyu beef tomahawk. Delicious. Get to the Steak Shop today. Enjoy fine wine, have a private party, and get the finest cuts of meat anywhere. The Steak Shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, or order online, fairwaypacking.com.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supplies, hands down Michigan's best pet store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. And they have the same prices and conveniences of all the big box and online retailers. But they're family owned and operated. One major difference, you get all the success you want. They have over 60 brands of food with nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
What up, there? Welcome back to World Heavyweights live on WorldSports.com. I'm Eazy, Spimo Rax, Young Chris, Unky Nick. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend. 5-star review on all podcast platforms. There's something on here I kind of just want to get out of the way. So I don't want it to turn into like a bashing segment, because I know it turns people off. The MVP odds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to.
We can save that for later.
Save it for later?
Save it for a different day.
Because I could tie it in value-wise.
Yeah, we can.
Which I don't know if he's getting to 50 mil. We'll see. We don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. That's fair. That's fair. All right. How about this then? Just because we talked about before break. There's a guy in this network that we, what are we going to call that on Fridays now?
Huh?
Hot Takes of the Week or something?
Yeah.
I don't know if we came up with
Hot
a
Takes
name.
Exposed.
We should do something with drinks, because are we getting drunk again tomorrow?
I'm out from.
I'm down.
I'm out. I'll be in Jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Sure,
We'll have
KG
a place drinking for you.
Yeah.
I don't
Pour
know.
a drink
Chat,
for
give
him.
us some names for that one. But either way, we called out our guy, Unky Ryan,
Slurred takes.
for gassing up JJ
Nah, I
McCarthy.
don't know about that one.
What she's been consistent on forever. Though.
Yes, he's still on business with it for sure.
Now, if you want Nick to execute the graphic that you wanted to put up, first one to the right.
Second on the right. Come on.
So this is from
Destin
Adams.
His name is Destin, bro.
Maybe his mom was saying Dustin.
Is
She had
it
an accent.
Dustin?
His mom's from like New England. She's like, I want to name him Dustin.
Or like maybe they're supposed to be Destiny, and so Destin.
Maybe it's probably just, yeah, that's true. Either way, he says the hashtag NFL significantly higher on JJ McCarthy than I ever could have imagined. I had a direct source today share that a team in the NFC has them as their QB2.
No, hard pass.
And that's a Michigan man dropping the sound buttons in there.
Yeah, I don't know about QB2. I like JJ McCarthy as a prospect. I've said that. And I said I think he's a first-round pick when we talked about it. He's not the number one pick of the draft. He's not the number one quarterback in the draft.
I mean, Lord.
But I don't know what NFC team that is. Maybe it was Jim Harbaugh pretending to be an NFC team. This is the Bears, and he's our second quarterback.
It's the Vikings?
No, but I think he's very talented. Like I said, I think his skills will translate very well to the NFL. He's got a big arm, and he's mobile. He just didn't have the freedom to show that arm at Michigan. But no, he's not going to be the first quarterback off the board or even the second quarterback off the board. I could see him being the fourth. I can see
maybe
him being
even
the
third.
fourth.
Oh, yeah, probably fourth.
I think it's going to be Williams, May, Daniels, and then I could see him going over Bo Nix or Michael Penix.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I don't know why Penix is.
That's the injury history.
Yeah.
And the age.
He's only.
I don't think
the
the age is that big.
Yeah, he's only 24.
Yeah, he's only 24.
I think JJ's 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I say. One of the good things with JJ you look at is like he is only 21. He has like the leadership qualities, obviously. They're tested leadership qualities too. It's not like we're like almost, I feel like any good player or prospect gets their own leadership qualities for the fuck of it. He actually had like battle tested leadership qualities with Jim Harbaugh getting suspended like during like their championship run. Him kind of like manning down the team with the bet and all that shit.
Also, this is smokescreen season.
It is smokescreen season, and we know from experience here with Ryan himself, the Michigan guys look out for each other. You know what I'm saying? Like Jim Harbaugh went on Colin Cowherd and said that JJ, he wouldn't be surprised if he was the first quarterback off the board.
Yeah.
That's
dude, it's a Colt, man.
Yeah.
It's a Colt.
It's a blue wall Colt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Glazing.
I was wondering if there's anything there because he
But
is
also,
only 21.
like I said, I think I don't think you'd put him over Drake May or Jaden Daniels, but I could see him being a first round pick.
Yeah, I can see him being a first round pick too. The one that got me, that made absolute sense for some reason, it just resonated with me for
Minnesota?
whatever. I'm going to give credit for it, too. No, it was Braylon in Denver.
Oh, Denver.
With Sean Payton.
Yeah.
Because at 21 years old, you're still, like, moldable. Sean Payton, he obviously is a guy who likes to have a lot of control of what the hell's going on. We've seen him freak out multiple times, like, throughout the season last year with Russ. So I think him, that'd be a spot. He's athletic enough to run.
Yeah.
We know Sean Payton likes those, like, little... I mean, Taysom Hill was a whole project that he started.
He loved Taysom Hill.
He loved Taysom Hill. Drew Brees was, he was kind of scrambly a little bit. I feel like JJ could add that to his game. He actually has that in his game.
He's got wheels, man. He can move.
Yeah.
And like I said, when I saw the first time I saw JJ step foot on the field for Michigan, it was against Ohio State. I think his freshman year. He came in because they were losing, and he rolled to the left out of the pocket and threw a pass off 1 foot, like 60 yards down the field.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jesus Christ. Like that's a frickin' pro throw. And so, yeah, I understand the talent is there for sure. He just didn't show it.
Is there a bet you'd be willing to make if he was QB2? Would you eat your shoe?
How would you know that? If he was 2B2?
If he went, yeah.
Would I eat my shoe?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't eat my shoe. I'd do something, not eat my shoe, bro.
Would you eat a lock of your hair?
No, dude. What's with you? I'll do a shoey.
That's no fun. Shoeys, everyone. I mean,
I've never done one.
I did one.
I wouldn't do one out of my shoes.
It was fucking awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I felt great.
That's weird.
I don't know why it's weird.
Well, the first thing I wouldn't say awesome.
Would you do a shoey out of Chris's shoe? Or Nick's, because he's a Michigan fan.
No.
Would you do, if he went
you don't
number
want
2.
to touch these bad boys. I'm just kidding.
He probably
we gotta figure something else.
Shoes.
We gotta figure something else out. Maybe like
I'll wear a Michigan
shot in a
shirt
beer.
or something.
Shot in a beer.
Take some recommendations.
Yeah, I'll wear a Michigan shirt.
I want you to do a shoe out of Ryan Ermanni's shoe.
I'll do a fucking.
No,
I'll
maybe
do an Irish
egg.
car bomb out of a shoe.
No, maybe egg, like a nasty shotgun.
No, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not doing a bet if it's fucking egg and hot sauce and shit. No.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
All right, we'll
the Good Morning shot or the Good Morning thing where it's like a beer and you crack an egg into it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
This segment turned into what's the worst thing we can get Spencer to do?
Not out of a shoe. It's one or the other.
Would you just chug a beer out of Ryan's shoe?
Yeah.
Or car bomb out of Ryan's shoe?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to text him.
All right. If
Ryan
he's the second quarterback off the board,
Yeah.
I'll do an Irish car bomb out of Ryan's shoe.
I will contact Ryan Ermanni, and we will make this happen. That'll be crazy.
I'll do it on draft night.
Yeah, because we'll be partying for sure. I don't know where we'll be at as of now, but we're definitely going to be partying on draft night. What?
Just getting the image of this man taking it off after J.J. McCarthy selected third overall.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be saying some weird shit, too. I know.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, come here, baby. Or
yeah. Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Come here, big boy.
Yeah.
With the fist pump.
Oh, man.
I love Ryan.
I'll have to... We'll try to negotiate where Ryan has to take the shot with you, at least, out of a glass or something.
No, he doesn't got to do that.
All right, that's fair. All right, well, speaking of the draft, when we come back...
He should get something, like, good, because he called it.
Well, shot is good.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Well, since we are talking about draft, we'll take it to our draft spotlight when we get back here. Spitty's got DB, I got a defensive tackle, but before we do any of that, we got to tell you about Lady Jane's.
Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. You can come in for an award-winning haircut experience and register to win a trip to your dreams and all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Feel alive during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest New Year's sales event ever. Get the best prices on our huge selection of award-winning Chevrolets. Like this 2024 Equinox for $188 per month. Or this 2024 Silverado for $268 per month. It's the New Year's sales event going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
At Planet Fitness, you can get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this?
You don't know how to use it?
This is better.
Join now through January 19th for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Never intimidating, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Join today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal extended through January 19th.
Over 50 Metro Detroit locations.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Two shot.
Welcome back. I thought you were doing merch.
I thought you were doing merch.
You're gassing up merch the whole time. And you said two shot.
I mixed up the reason.
You motherfucker.
Oh, you motherfucker. Welcome back
You
to
got me in a blender over here.
I'm your boy Eazy Joe, my guy Spin More Rags.
That's on me.
It's time for our draft spotlight.
Spotlight.
Moonlight. Moonlight. You might as well put it back up there, Nick.
Yeah, just shouting out Skinny Butcher real quick.
Oh, shout out to Skinny Butcher. Shout out to Skinny Butcher. And shout out to a man that's not so skinny. And that is Byron Murphy.
Byron.
A lot of talk about a defensive tackle out of Texas, Devondre Sweat, because he feels more in our range when he gets that second round. But I've seen this man mocked right around our pick at 29, and that's Byron Murphy, defensive tackle out of Texas. This guy stands at 6'1", 300 plus pounds. And the thing you want to think about here for me, at least what I thought about when I heard 6'1", as we read off offensive linemen, we're at 6'6", 6'5", 6'3", 6'4", 6'1", and above. Lower man wins. If you played football in high school, you know this. Your coach screamed it in your face before. Lower man wins. When I watched this tape, not only did he have multiple pass rush moves, but I think in itself, just the leverage he has along with his strength makes him a beast. I think he had 45 pressures and 5 sacks just his last season. Helps when you have a guy like Devondre Sweat next to you too. But the lower man's wins. At that 6'1" frame, with the strength and quickness he has off the line, I saw him do work. This man was filthy, both in the pass rush and he played the run. The number one thing too that I have on here, the number two thing technically, explosiveness along with that frame, I believe makes let's put it into perspective, I guess, with names to articulate a little bit here. Geno Atkins.
Yep.
If you guys remember him for a little bit there.
He's pretty good.
Pretty good, right? One of the greatest of all time, Aaron Donald.
Yes, the greatest of all time.
And then we got to meet somebody ourselves, too. Pretty stout in frame. Warren Sapp.
Yeah.
Like, as a defensive tackle, a pass rusher extraordinaire, that's the frame I feel like.
Shout out getting your laptop back.
Shout out getting my laptop back. Other thing, too, that's on here, effort. Number one trait of a Dan Campbell guy, at least that you can see for yourself without having to hear like interviews or hearing like leadership qualities, effort. That is on tape. You can see it. Not only does he have the frame, the balance, the explosiveness, but the effort is there too. And I think that you want to talk about like Brad Helms making a splash on draft night, because if you're gonna pay Amon-Ra St. Brown, if you're gonna pay Jared Goff, we're gonna have to cook to fill out the rest of your team is gonna be through the draft. Where we've seen Brad Helms cook as this franchise has been in the draft. He's never been signing up big splash free agents. It's always drafting like phenomenal pieces. And guess what? It's not even just where he's at. He's always made moves on draft night too. He moved up to draft Hendon Hooker. He moved up to draft Jameson Williams. He moved back to get Jahmyr Gibbs. The effort, the need at the position, the frame, and everything above, I think makes Byron Murphy a prime candidate to watch if you're a Detroit Lions fan and you want to acquire a defensive tackle to help this team go all the way to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I like Byron Murphy. That's my spotlight.
I like spotlight.
Spotlight.
I like it a lot.
Moonlight.
I like it a lot. This is a guy that you made a lot of good comparables for guys, and he is not this towering physical presence of a man, but he gets the job done with his size. And
go ahead. You say
no. Man.
So one negative that I could point to, possible negative, is that he does play a little bit of the same role as Aleem McNeil. It would be a little bit redundant in that manner. But I think we've seen Aleem take on multiple roles with the Detroit Lions. And don't forget, he lost like 20 plus pounds to become like a pass rush specialist from the interior that he became last year. I don't want to say specialist, but he definitely improved in that way. But I think I'm gonna see him take on double teams. He had great balance on those double teams too. Where even like he's like been knocked down on them, but had himself still in a 3-point stance somehow to shed the blocker and make like a tackle for loss against the run. I know again it's kind of similar frame to what Aleem is, or role I should say, but I still think it could work. And when I put it on the tape, I fell in love right away. It's a position I need.
Yeah, I agree. And speaking about putting on tape and falling in love with the guy with what you see.
Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah. I wish there was a tape out there.
She's got like some soft like some
I don't
wild
soft.
Yeah, she did some wild stuff in Euphoria.
But I've seen all that. But Falling in Love, it's
whatever
great,
you sent me on
show.
Twitter was wild.
Yeah.
I said, this is full on soft.
Yeah.
P.
That was But okay. Speaking of putting on a tape and falling in love, this guy,
sorry,
I think he fits this role, this defense, what we need perfectly, and he's gonna be there at 29. I have a good I did a cornerback, and you know how I feel about Nate Wiggins. I don't think Nate Wiggins is gonna be there at 29. I do think this guy would be there at 29, and that is Ennis Rakestraw Jr., cornerback out of Missouri. This is one of the best press man coverage cornerbacks in this draft. Elite ability in man coverage. His twitch in the field is impressive. The way he shifts his hips, the way he can mirror routes of opposing wide receivers is extremely impressive. He stays in the hip pocket of guys. He's 6 foot, 190 pounds, runs a 4.4. This guy has the makings of a CB1 in the NFL. This guy has the makings of your lockdown corner in the NFL. Like I said, he is one of the best press man coverage corners in the draft. His highest comparable that most scouts put him near as an NFL combine pick is Devon Witherspoon. And you remember who Brad Holmes fell in love with last year, who Brad Holmes was going to draft at that number 5 if he was there. And that is Devon Witherspoon. I think this guy, Ennis Rakestraw, is a perfect fit for Aaron Glenn's system. He's a perfect fit for what the Lions need. He's a little, like I said, he's 6 foot 190, so he's not the biggest guy, but he steps up and he is a damn near elite tackler when it comes to the run game. He gets inside and he makes plays. He showed very good block shedding, getting around guys. So I think that can also fit into Aaron Glenn's scheme where he likes to blitz those corners, likes to blitz those secondary players. He can do that very well, get in the backfield and create havoc. He's good in zone. He's not great in zone, but he is one of the best man coverage guys in this draft. Quick feet, fluid hips, stays in the hip pocket of receivers, and great ball skills when the ball's thrown. I think this kid would be a great pick if you can get him at 29, and I think he will be there.
When I put on the tape for Ennis Rakestraw, he fits the mold of, like you said, like AG, what he likes. The physicality was there. He's very physical in the run game. I wasn't in love with the coverage skills, in my personal opinion of it. I don't know, man. I wouldn't be upset. Obviously, it's a position of need that we need to address it. I think from a depth standpoint too, but I don't know if he translates to NFL as like a true like CB2 or whatever I guess the expectations are. That's me personally, but I also if it's Brad Holmes making the pick and that's who they take, come on, what did we talk about like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Who are we to question these picks anymore? You know, like it's just grading it feels like so silly. To begin with, I'm not like, yeah, I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see. I think he's more of like if you want a guy that's truly like all around, plays the run. Obviously, he's playing the cornerback position. Perfect fit for the Detroit Lions. You want a physical guy, but in coverage skill-wise, it just didn't do it for me, personally. Nick?
Yeah, honestly, fellas, I know this is mock season, and we're gonna break down some prospects. My eyes, I'm passing on both of them. Wow. Byron Murphy is not doing it for me. I'm a big production guy, and he did not have much. Nothing really pops to me on his tape just from first look. And Ernest Rakestraw Jr.
He had 5 sacks interior alignment.
5 sacks next to you just talked about it. Like he's the Ali McNeil role. That's kind of what you expect. He's sitting next to Travion Sweat, who we talked about. We already broke him down like twice. Like he should be getting one-on-one looks next to Sweat, right? I would expect maybe more production from a guy that you're expecting to go in the first round, especially as an undersized guy. You want to see that production is kind of where I'm at with him. But Ennis Rakestraw Jr., I honestly don't know too much about him. But if he can be a number 1 cornerback, Spenny, do you believe that he could be a number 1 cornerback in the NFL?
In 2022, he had 30 tackles, 9 assists, 15 stops, 10 pass breakups, and an interception, while only allowing an 83.3 passer rating when targeted.
I like those numbers.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, those are pretty good.
The kid's good, man.
Yeah, stat-wise, Byron, I mean, I think we had this conversation before too. Like his interior lineman, a lot of times your job is more so to disrupt than it is to actually get the quarterback. Like we were talking about like you want stats for a guy, like that's gonna be like your edge rushers who clean up when those guys are like bursting through the middle and forcing those quarterbacks like to flee a certain way. But as a defensive tackle, a stat like 45 pressures, 5 sacks. Actually, if you want to get like nerdy enough with stats, because that one stat actually I will sometimes peek at just to be aware of. I don't know if I believe in it for sure yet, but the pass rush win rate, 20%.
I don't know if I believe in that either.
Yeah.
What does it even mean? How do they measure it?
I know I don't believe in the blocking one. I don't know the broken down definition of like the pass rush win rate for the defensive side of it. Maybe I'll find out now or during commercial break. But 20% was the highest amongst all interior defensive linemen through college football for Byron Murphy. And I know that's something that's like translated for like guys we've drafted in the past, like Aiden Hutchinson, a few other guys too. I remember like Trayvon Walker. That was a big selling point for him being the number 1 overall pick. Was like, limited snaps, but the pass rush win rate was like pretty high. But it's like, if it's limited, it should be higher, right? Like you have like, it's like if you shoot more, the number's gonna go down because you're not gonna make every single shot. Chris?
No, I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that. What are you asking me beyond that?
Oh no, I saw your head.
No,
I thought you were saying something. I apologize.
To elaborate on that. No.
And that was for, honestly, that was for a lot of the guys on Instagram yesterday. They were talking about, we need a cornerback. Where are the cornerbacks? Those are the cornerbacks you're looking at. You're not going to get Wiggins. You're not going to get Mitchell. You're probably not going to get Kool-Aid. So those are the guys you're going to be looking at. The guys you're going to be looking at 29 are going to be TJ Tampa, Ennis Rakestraw, and Lassiter.
Yeah.
So if you're comfortable with one of those guys being your cornerback 1, those are the picks you're going to have to make. Or you can get one of the best interior offensive linemen in the draft.
Yeah, that's a great point, Spenny. I believe Trent McDuffie was like a late first rounder as well. The Chiefs got lucky on him. I mean, all first team All Pro this year. So, I mean, you just do have to take a shot and just believe in your system and believe in that he is the guy for it.
This is where Brad Holmes is going to truly make his money.
Yeah.
So with these late first round picks we're going to be getting,
I don't think he's going to make these picks. I really don't.
Like he's trading up or back?
I believe he will trade up for his guy.
Okay.
Especially because he has an extra third rounder from the Hawk trade.
I think it makes sense when you look at the situation Detroit Lions are in. If like the conversation is truly being had about Amon-Ra and the rest of the crew, that means like money's being paid. And I don't know if that necessarily means you're going to grab like all these free agent pieces that we're drooling over yesterday during free agent tender.
Oh my!
And as much as like we've seen this team turn around, it's been through the draft. So I think it 100% makes sense that if they're going to continue to acquire talent to build this team up to like a Super Bowl level, it probably is going to be through the draft. And that can mean trading up. As much as I think I heard on BD when you guys were saying that the Chiefs they didn't make any trades or out through the draft. It is true, but they've made moves in the draft to acquire those pieces. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is a piece himself they moved up to acquire. I mean, they float around through the draft to grab the pieces they truly believe in. Brad Holmes does the same. So if he's truly like nailing on these picks, like I said, I know Byron's been taken a few times before the Detroit Lions pick at 29. But if it's a position of need and Brad Holmes truly like bought in him, there's also another guy from Illinois, but I don't think we have any chance of grabbing him unless Brad trades up. I can see Brad making a move to get him.
Yeah, Newton out of Illinois, that D tackle.
Yeah,
that dude's a freaking beast. Like when you were talking about like push on the interior defensive line and like quick first steps, that's what like I was thinking. Just this Newton guy that I kind of broke into. But you think about the Chiefs and their two best players. I mean, you think about Karlaftis, late first round pick, absolute dog. It's like if we are going to stand pat and not trade up, we really do have to hit on these picks. I mean, that's why this defense turned around, is because Casey was able to hit on them for their defense, and they obviously know Patrick Mahomes is going to take care of the O. If we are worried, if we want to get this defense to where it needs to be, if we want to be Super Bowl contenders, Brad Holmes needs to be elite in this draft and going forward to build this defense, because we know our offense is solidified.
Yep. And I'm just looking at some of the Chiefs trades. I mean, a lot of them are just for like outside of like the offensive line. Oh damn, the other ones that originally drafted Jalen Naylor. Oh, from Mike Hughes. So I was looking at some of the Chiefs trades. I agree though, Nick. Actually, you kind of sold me. I do think we've seen some draft day trades.
For the Lions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
see.
You don't do it in free agency. He told us he's not going to do it in free agency.
They need a cornerback 1, and I don't think you get that in the draft.
Yeah, who do you guys think are like the blue chip superstars on this team, on this defense?
Right now?
It's Hutch.
That's it. Hutch. I like Kirby a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Branch can turn into it.
Yeah, Hutch, Branch.
Yeah, but like you just said, Spenny, you got to get that guy via trade, or maybe, trade up or trade for.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody
Everybody in the chat, everybody in the comments and stuff wants a cornerback 1, and you expect us to be a Super Bowl team next year. If you think a rookie's going to step in here and be a cornerback 1, more power to you.
Yeah, I don't see it. I had the same conversation yesterday when we put out our mock drafts, and people were like, "Oh, you waited the 3rd round to grab a DB." Like, brother, if we're grabbing a DB1, it's not going to be.
Draft.
Yeah.
If you think you can get a DB1,
in my opinion,
next year on a Super Bowl roster at 29 or lower. I mean, Brad Holmes has done the impossible before, so we'll see. But
yeah,
I don't see it in this draft. This is not a deep draft for corners.
Well, Fairway Pack Companies provide Michigan's finest hotels, restaurants, and casinos with the finest prime aged beef, dry aged beef, and more. Make sure you guys get it delivered to your door by visiting fairwaypacking.com or stop for Grab and Go Steaks in Grosse Pointe Woods. Again, that's fairwaypacking.com.
Have you ever wondered where all the finest restaurants get their steaks? It's Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef for over 60 years. But now you can buy these cuts of meat for yourself at the Steak Shop by Fairway Packing Company. Prime porterhouse, A5 Japanese New York strip steak, dry aged Wagyu beef tomahawk. Delicious. Get to the Steak Shop today. Enjoy fine wine, have a private party, and get the finest cuts of meat anywhere. The Steak Shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, or order online, fairwaypacking.com.
At Planet Fitness, you can get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this?
You don't know how to use it?
This is better.
Join now through January 19th for just 24 cents down, $10 a month. Never intimidating, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Join today during the Big Fitness Energy Sale for 24 cents down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal extended through January 19th.
Over 50 Metro Detroit locations.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Head over to woodwardsports.com, click on the shop tab today, and get yourself some brand new merch. Yes, sir. Hoodies, hats, tees, all guaranteed to turn heads. Head to woodwardsports.com, click on the shop tab today, and get you some brand new merch.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on woodwardsports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spinball Rax.
What up, though?
Young Chris, Unky Nick. Read some of the comments of Woodward Sports chat. Lewis Bishop says McNeil extremely underrated. Chef says there's no Sauce Gardners or Pat Surtains in this draft.
Sorry.
I kind of do agree to that.
Yeah,
I mean, sure. it's possible. Like, obviously, there's like guys you don't see coming every
year. Like last year was a much deeper cornerback draft.
Well, yeah, it's like I feel like every year there's always like that CB one that you know is like CB1. Typically, well, if there's a guy like that in the draft, like this is for sure the number 1 guy in this draft class, right? This year there really hasn't been that. That last year was kind of that too. But it was a good stretch.
But there was 3 that you could say they're going to be starters.
Yes. And this one, and it's kind of early in the process too. Maybe
we'll see. Combine for sure will.
Exactly.
It always separates.
Yeah.
So, yeah, actually that probably answer a few things for us too. Maybe there is a guy. Maybe Brad does think that.
Oh, man.
I wish we played videos. Because I played the Legarius Sneed one. Because, all right, do you think he would...
What he said about pay me.
Yeah.
Pay.
If there's
me.
one position they had to like pay.
Cornerback, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
1,000%.
And I think he fits.
If you're gonna pay any position in the offseason, it should be your CB1.
What's the price you think that he gets? Even if it's not from us.
Legarius?
Yeah.
Probably like 16, 17.
that you think he gets?
Yeah.
No fucking way.
What do you think he's gonna get?
20 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't he?
Actually, let me see the highest paid
projected.
corners.
Yeah.
Let me see. I mean, I could be wrong. Highest.
You just
paid.
say 20 plus?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure those type of contracts are getting like delved out right now.
I'm not sure.
Let's see. Yair Alexander, average annual value, 21. Denzel Ward, 20. Jalen Ramsey, 20.
I don't think he's as
I
good
think
as
those
any of
guys are all like all-pro guys, though.
What do you mean?
I don't think L'Jarius Sneed is as good as Jair Alexander, Denzel Ward, or Jalen Ramsey.
Is it L'Jarius Sneed first team All-Pro this year?
No, Trent McDuffie was.
Yeah, you're thinking of the other one.
L'Jarius Sneed was an All-Pro at all this year?
No Pro Bowl, no Pro Bowl, no All-Pro.
Wow.
Yeah.
14 passes defended.
He had a great year.
I'm about to see. You have it in front of you right now?
Yeah.
So no, damn. Well, no Pro Bowl because he went to the Super Bowl, but
Yeah, but he didn't even get picked.
no, he didn't get no APs.
Yeah.
I think he's getting around that though. I know market. I think he's gonna get 20 plus, if not.
I don't think so.
Shoe bet? We eat your shoe?
No, I'm not gonna eat my shoe.
Nick, you want
I pay too much money for shoes.
Case of
like fucking $600 pair
Nooners.
of shoes I'm wearing right now.
Or the tequila ones.
Case of tequila nooners.
If he gets 20 plus,
I'm
you
going
bring it in.
21 plus.
21 plus.
Yeah, I don't
All right,
think
if
he
he
will.
gets 21 plus, you bring it in.
Yep.
If he gets under that, I'll bring it in.
100% deal.
All right.
Yeah, you're buying that case.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm buying that case. If you think this guy's hitting the open market and getting less than Yair Alexander,
Yes, I do. He's not as good as it.
Bro, he's not made
You
a
just
Pro Bowl
named
or
3 of the
All-Pro.
top 4 cornerbacks in the league.
You know how this works every single time. I mean, you're telling me so. All due respect, you told me Jared Goff's getting 50 million. You think Jared Goff gets 50 million in open market?
Around there, yeah. I saw like 46 to 50.
Because that's how the market. Well, I mean, your argument though is that's kind of how the market works, right?
Yeah, but Jared Goff's also 2-time Pro Bowler. Past 2
Pro
years.
Pro Bowl. What do you call it when you were like, yeah, this guy didn't want to do it, so I guess
Alternate.
you're up. Yeah,
Alternate.
it was a Pro Bowl alternate.
Yeah, still, he deserved to
Outside
be Pro
2018, I think 2018 he got like straight up.
Sneed was good, man. He had a great year for sure, but
He's getting okay. I'll make same bet with you then.
who else is on that?
pizza
Keep
bet
reading
with
that
you.
list.
I'll make the bet. I'll make that
Keep
same
reading
bet
the
with
list.
you too.
All right,
2Ks.
Marlon Humphrey, 19.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, what? Yeah, he gets more, or yeah, he gets less?
No, he's not as good as Marlon Humphrey.
Oh, not as good.
Yeah.
Trayvon Diggs.
That one, that's Dallas.
That's 19.4.
That's Dallas.
Marshawn Lattimore, he's a dog.
He is a dog.
I take Marshawn Lattimore over him.
Me too.
Xavier Howard, 18.
I'll take Xavier Howard over him.
I would take L'Jarius at this point in their careers.
You didn't even know who Xavier Howard was 2 days ago.
I do know who Xavier Howard is. What are you talking about?
When we talked about him coming to Detroit, you're like, oh, I was not familiar with this game. When we
I'm
talked
familiar
about
with this game. I just didn't realize his Pro Bowl year stats were like nearly identical to like last year's stats.
Yeah.
And he played less games. Tre'Davious White. I think you guys.
That's pretty close.
I cannot wait to. Can we pizza bet this?
No. Chris said he'd bet you.
Yeah, I'll bet
Why? Because you know what's gonna happen.
I don't want to.
Chris,
I'm not making all
Chris,
these
you
bets,
bet a
man.
pizza with him. I got the drinks. We'll do it all on a Friday.
Well, Chris,
Right,
yeah,
that
where you
works.
stand with it actually?
Yeah. I
Nick's
have
kinda
no
just throwing you
fucking
into the
clue,
bet.
but I'm just down to get in on a bet. I'm just down to get in on a bet.
That's a
Let's
problem,
do it.
sir.
Brooklyn pizza bet.
7-7.
Slap hands.
There you go.
Also, it makes you look a lot better when you got a first-team All-Pro on the opposite side of you and a first-team All-Pro
L'Jarius
defensive
has
tackle.
been good, brother. It's not like this is like new. Let me see when Trent McDuffie's been. How long he's been putting in work? Because now I don't think Trent McDuffie's been like, yeah, this is his first All-Pro. This is his sophomore season. Trent does it all though.
And you have an All-Pro defensive
Trent
tackle.
had
in the middle.
5 forced fumbles this season. That's crazy. To be honest with you, you would look worse with Trent McDuffie on this side of you because you'd be the guy getting targeted more. Because you don't want to go the other guy's way.
Couple things right here. We're already locked in, right? Are you locked in with Chris? These are just strictly projections. First thing that I pulled up.
Just a fan. Easy got a shoe fetish.
That was hilarious.
I just want to see him eat a shoe.
Feet guy confirmed.
Pro Football Focus projects need to get 3-year, $52 million.
So what's the math on that?
Not 20
Not
plus.
14, 28, 40. No.
Shit.
It's like 17.
I think it gets 20.
And then A
$6
to Z Sports, I don't even know if they're even credible at all, but 4 years, 64 at 16
That's
annually.
20 plus. At 16 annually? Oh, 4 years.
Yeah.
You fucking idiot.
Eat a shoe.
Yeah, I should eat a shoe for that.
You fucking idiot. Did I just scrap the heartbreaker one? But if you could also look at it as like a fanboy one, like this kind
He's
of
got Velcros in his shoe collection. He does wear Crocs like every day.
Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
Dan Campbell wears Crocs every day.
At the house.
He wears them everywhere.
How do you know?
Because he's Dan the Man Campbell. You're the fuck you want. When you're the man, you can wear Crocs.
That's true.
You can wear
It's
Crocs in the club.
When Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, you see him wearing like frilly shirts and pictures. You dress however you want when nobody can whoop your ass.
Yeah, wearing like fishnet. Like,
Yeah.
Dude. Swear. Dennis
true.
Rodman too. On my birthday we were going to Legends, and I wore Crocs.
Yeah, you did.
And
they almost didn't let him in.
Yeah, security guards, we can't. What?
The manager was like, "It's football season. Like, let him in."
No, they're like, "You're Eazy. You're the fucking man. We're gonna let you
that's
in."
not what happened.
Oh, that's what happened. That's what happened.
The manager said, "Hey, it's football season. People are gonna be coming here from the game."
No, he said no, because it's preseason. He's like, "You a fucking man."
He
let
said
you in because you the motherfucking man.
He said, "Slap me an extra 20."
That's
and you're good.
100% why. He knew who the fuck I was.
Not a chance.
I'm in that bitch dropping $100 flat. You know what time it is in this bitch.
I got
Let's
$100
go.
in my pocket and a handful of nickels.
Who trying to have a fun 15 minutes? Point them out.
Fellas,
it's gonna break.
No, real quick before we do.
Yeah.
So we're in the middle between 21 mil for Legarius is the bet, but when we go under that at 18, kind of just thinking 18 mil right here, would you guys take it? Legarius need 18 million.
yes.
Spencer, I know you're not as high.
18
Legarius
million?
need 18 million.
Yeah.
Chris?
Yeah, I will.
King Horse, Crocs at the strip club. Easy info, Toledo Lucas.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah, 100%. I'm
Lucas
all day.
is gone.
All day. All day. Also, I can't say he told me, but the Amon-Ra out there, just dismiss it now or let it play out?
What did you just say?
Do I let the Amon-Ra stuff play out or do I speak?
It's up to you.
Fake news. Just know that. Fake news. We got okie doke.
Let me tell you about Planet Fitness.
little
Planet
birdie.
Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone can work out and achieve their fitness goals. No matter where you're at, there's a Planet Fitness close by. There are more than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. You can get a full body workout in just 30 minutes with a 30-minute circuit. All memberships include fitness training. You get all this for just $10 a month. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
What up, though? Welcome back to What Everybody's Live from Sports.com. I'm your boy Eazy. Join my guy, Spin Raxter, young Chris, Unky Nick. I can do the heartbreaking. It won't be a heartbreak.
What's the heartbreaking topic?
Put it up. MVP odds.
Oh, no, man.
No, we're doing it, actually, because fuck you for trying to tell me Trevor Lawrence belong on a list above Jared Goff. Because here's your 2024-2025 MVP candidates. There's 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. I lost count. I can't count by threes like that.
Will Levis, overwhelming favorite, minus 1,000.
17?
He's the 18th.
18th?
3, 6, 9, 12, 15,
17.
16.
He's 16th best
There's
odds.
16 in front of him. You can't count by threes.
No, I said 17th. No, I can count by threes.
There
I
are
lost.
16 people in front of him.
No, I can count by threes. I just lost my track of
Okay.
where I was at with my finger.
You know, remember Schoolhouse Rock? 3, 6, 9.
Very, very fine.
12, 15, 18.
Wish you could suck it to me one
21,
more time.
24, 27, 30.
Either way.
That was a good one.
There is
nobody. All right.
And we did the top 10 list. We obviously, I think we all had Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
I had Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Stroud, Lamar, Herbert. I had Love.
So this is your argument. Is this list means that Trevor Lawrence is better than him?
Yes.
So you think Brock Purdy, Tua Tagovailoa, Anthony Richardson, Dak Prescott, and Jalen Hurts are all better than him as well?
Say it one more time.
You think Brock Purdy is better than Jared Goff?
I rest, Your Honor.
You think Tua Tagovailoa is better than Jared Goff?
No, they're like the same.
Do you think Anthony Richardson is better than Jared Goff?
There's the potential there, yes.
Do you think Justin Fields and Kyler Murray are just
There's
as
not
good?
potential for Anthony Richardson to be better than Jared Goff?
There's potential there, but you can say that about a lot of these other guys.
Yeah.
The young guys,
sure.
you can say there's
That's for
potential
sure.
there.
Do you think Will Levis is better than Justin Jefferson and Tyreek Hill and Christian McCaffrey?
This is MVP odds. But I'm just saying, Vegas doesn't see, there's some bias, right? Like, I know you have season tickets. We're all Lions fans. The chat's Lions fans. They got grossed out and pissed off when I had Lawrence on the list. But Vegas doesn't, they're not biased.
Yeah.
The only color they see is green. That's their favorite team. Benjamin Franklin's. That's go Franklin's. There's Lawrence. Right up, there's Lawrence above him. I'm just saying. Actually.
So is Tua. Is Tua better than him?
No, I told you. I think they're about the same.
Okay, yeah. So, like, your argument is a Vegas betting odds for MVP?
Yeah.
Not what they did last year as players on the field?
Yes. Because that's
okay.
again,
All right.
pound for pound, this is how it's measured. A lot of
You
guys
can pound your pounds all you want, but when I saw them play football, Jared Goff looked better than Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, in context. The context of
The context of playing football games, not a list of MVP. Like,
this includes playing football games. This is a non-biased list. Pound for pound, that man's viewed as a better football player than your guy.
Okay, well, when they played football, I don't care about viewed. I care about when they played football.
When
Jared Goff was better.
When they played football, it's viewed as that as well. That's
and
why
Jared Goff
list
was
looks that
better
way.
when they played football last year.
Did not. That's why that list looks that way.
He wasn't. Jared Goff wasn't better than Trevor Lawrence last
He
year.
Look better, no.
Oh my God, what do you mean? If he has better statistics, he looks better.
When you watch it in context and you consume it for what that guy's skill set is versus this guy's skill set, yes, that guy is above your guy. You wouldn't find a GM in the league that would take that man over Trevor Lawrence.
No, probably not. But who looked better last year? Who had a better year last year?
Jared Goff had a better year last year.
Yes, he did.
But pound for pound, that man.
I don't care about
more
pound
skill.
for pound. It was the 2023
that was the conversation
quarterback
of the list.
rankings.
But that's not. No,
that's what it was.
It was 2024
off-season quarterback rankings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just pound for pound rankings, not who had the best season. That wasn't the conversation.
I care about playing games and winning games. And Jared Goff played games and won games more than Trevor Lawrence did.
That's fine. Winning games is a team accolade.
And winning games is the most important thing ever.
Yeah, it's team accolade. So.
And so it's looking good.
Yeah, shout out.
And that's why you should go to Lady James.
Shout out Stat Padford. I mean, we saw the big numbers. We saw him look great, but it wasn't team success. You know what I'm saying, Eazy?
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather have the guy that's winning and doesn't look as good doing it than the guy that's putting up the numbers and not getting the team success. I mean, he's ahead of him.
Like Sean McVay, different guy, right? He literally has a Super Bowl ring.
I mean, he was the same
that's
guy.
That's what I'm saying. The context of things, like any of these guys you put in the situation that our guy is in right now, they would look just as good,
again,
if not
dude,
better.
If my grandma had a dick, she'd be my grandpa.
But if you're doing a pound for pound ranking, that's how you list it. That's how you do it. That's how you break it down. Who has the higher skill set? Who's better?
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Jared Goff had a better year last year. He's higher than Trevor Lawrence on my quarterback list. Trevor Lawrence was the most disappointing player in football last year. He had everything set up for him to have an MVP caliber season. He had great pass catchers. He had a great coach in
It's easy
Doug
to say
Peterson.
that if you completely dismiss the shit offensive line and the injuries. It's easy. It's so easy to say that.
Okay, well, what
it's
about
also
C.J.
easy
Stroud?
to say that without also pulling up the rushing stats as well.
C.J. Stroud took over a 3-win team and beat Trevor Lawrence in their division. That isn't something. That's not a feather out of Trevor Lawrence's cap that he let a rookie come in on a 3-win team and win the division over him.
It's easy to take it out in black and white and make it that. But if you have the context of the offensive line, the context of the injuries on top of it, things are going to look different.
They didn't have injuries. Texans didn't have injuries.
No,
Texans have a great offensive line. Like, no, they don't. He lost 2 of his top 3 targets that year.
They do have a good offensive line.
Not great.
It's up there.
And it's not like
it's up there. It's better than
the
Trevor
Jags
Lawrence's.
don't have a fucking complete ass offensive line. They're probably right in the middle.
No, they have an ass.
They're not the
line.
Commanders.
Their offensive line's pretty ass. Trevor Lawrence battled throughout injury the entire way through the season. It's not even like I feel like I'm the only guy existing in reality here.
Well, stay healthy then.
It's a non-biased list.
That's another thing. Durability. Stay healthy.
Easy. Do you think it has to take in effect that our
Gun
running
guy, take
game,
your pants off.
our running game had like 10 total rush or 20 like plus rushing touchdowns combined through the running backs? That those are not going to go to a guy like Jared Goff. That definitely affects these odds. You know, when it comes to big stats, when it comes
how about
to
this,
touchdowns.
When you look at Jared Goff still produced with those running backs just last year, right?
Yeah,
I think he was like second in yards, 4th in touchdowns. Like, he still had the numbers, right? But when you view it, it's like, okay, why is this team so successful? Okay, great play calling, great running back setting things up for him, great offensive line. Like that's how it's viewed. When it's like you want like a pound for pound, like what's making this team work? That's why Lamar got it like this past year.
And then what's not making the Jags work is everything else instead of Trevor Lawrence. So the keys to the Lions' success is everything else, and the keys to the Jaguars' failure is everything else. Neither one of those is on the quarterback alone.
What are you talking about? You just mentioned like the two same exact argument. Everything else is everything else on both sides. So everything else is fine. I mean, like Trevor Lawrence played his part too.
But if Trevor Lawrence is this transcendent talent, he should be able to overcome that and win a division. But he didn't, and he can't, so he's not. It's that simple. If you are you're one of the best quarterbacks in the league, you should be able to win one more game.
Of what you fucking happened and transpired throughout the season with him battling through the fucking injuries and everything else. Like I'm not I feel like I'm caping here versus like I feel like you're trying to make it look I'm caping here versus pointing out the facts of the situation. Like it's
like I said, man. Caping. What do you mean caping?
Like just trying to like fucking like I'm not. I'm trying to make it sound like less gay.
White knighting.
Yeah, sure. White. That's what caping means. Okay. Right. So I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to like open your fucking eyes. Like this, like the situation of like. What happened? It's not just like a fucking like black and white. Oh, he did this, so that means he's better.
I'm just saying. Yeah, that's what it is for me. It is black and white. It's winning or losing games. And if Trevor Lawrence was this guy that is a top 5 quarterback talent or one of the best quarterbacks in the league, he would have been able to overcome that and beat a former 3-win Texans team with a rookie quarterback for the division.
So, Spinny, with that the argument being your case, I have your top 10 list here.
Yeah.
Why wasn't Tua Tagovailoa in it?
What? Because he's not that good.
What do you mean? He was top 3, top 5, and everything.
Yeah, that's fair.
So why wasn't he in your top 10 list?
He also had much better receivers.
So there's context.
And then either of those guys.
So like surrounding situations made him look better than he was.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the same.
But like I said,
here.
if you're putting Trevor Lawrence over him, Trevor Lawrence it's not like he has dog shit receivers or a dog shit running back. He has good receivers, a great tight end, and a great running back.
Yeah.
Like what else does he need? What else does he need to have success? What else does he need until it's like, okay, it's Trevor Lawrence?
He needs to stay healthy. He needs an offensive line.
Joe Burrow did it without an offensive line.
Joe Burrow had phenomenal. I mean, that's fair.
That's a top tier talent when you can overcome things like that. But, like if there's one thing, if that's the only thing is, he doesn't have a great offensive line.
But did any of us have Trevor Lawrence ranked over Joe Burrow?
No.
Okay.
Because Joe Burrow's better.
Okay,
because he did more. Because he did more with less.
We had Joe Burrow ranked over Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. So why is that brought up? This is Trevor Lawrence.
Because Trevor Lawrence hasn't done that. He hasn't shown that he is that level of talent. So if you have him in the top 5,
we don't have Trevor Lawrence over Joe Burrow. So why is that being brought up?
Where was Trevor Lawrence on your list?
Trevor Lawrence on my list was 8.
8 behind who? How many spots was he from Joe Burrow? Where was Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow was 4.
4. So he's 4 spots lower.
Yeah.
And where was Goff? He was 11 or 12.
Goff was 10.
Okay, yeah. So no, you didn't have Goff at 10. You liar.
No. It's right here.
You liar.
Like it's I'm not lying.
Run the tape.
It's right here.
Somebody run the tape from yesterday.
Right here.
You said Goff wasn't on 10.
There's you. There's Nick.
Yeah, you rewrote them.
I didn't rewrite them. This is I just watch me flip through these pages.
All I know is if Trevor Lawrence, like I said, is this transcendent talent, he would make things happen despite of the one factor you're putting. The one factor is the offensive line. Because you can't say it's receivers.
Talent.
You can't say it's a tight end. You can't say it's a running back. You can't say it's a coach. So if it's just the offensive line and he is this transcendent top 7, top 8 quarterback in the league, he should be able to overcome that and overachieve, not put up less stats and worse stats than Jared Goff, who you see as a bottom or outside of the top 10 quarterback.
No, he's 10.
Not yesterday. When you 10. Did your list yesterday, you said he
and
was
also, you just keep avoiding the injury situation. That's what I brought up.
That's another one. Stay healthy.
If you were to jump back to last year,
just snap back to reality.
Like 2022, when Lawrence was healthy, you had him in the top 10. Like that's where.
Yeah, and then he had a terrible year, and he proved that he's not in that conversation.
Hurt.
Stay healthy. That's another factor.
Is Joe Burrow's in your top 5?
Yeah. Well, he went to a Super Bowl. Has Trevor Lawrence gone to a Super Bowl?
Has
Trevor Lawrence gone to a Super Bowl?
Stay healthy. Yeah. Stay healthy is the argument.
And go to a Super Bowl.
He didn't even finish the season last year.
Win more than one playoff game.
Like, you're just contradicting yourself.
You don't think that gives you leeway if you go to a Super Bowl? You don't think that's a factor you got to put in? You're all about extenuating factors and different circumstances. Joe Burrow went to a Super Bowl while getting sacked 9 times in a single game in that division. So don't give me the bullshit about an offensive line.
Against Ryan Tannehill.
Against an offensive line.
Tennessee Titans.
An offensive line needing to be perfect for you to win games. He got sacked 9 times in a playoff game and still won. Why is Trevor Lawrence doing that? Because he's not as good.
He has a better skill set than the guy you're trying to say is better than
Trevor
him.
Lawrence was the most disappointing quarterback in the NFL last year.
No.
Who else?
That's right. People still have him ranked as high as they do because they understand, hey, he got hurt. It was a bad year for him. He got hurt. He played through injuries. It wasn't his best outing.
They had him ranked.
You can't fucking sit there and pretend like he had everything perfect and he just failed to meet measurements. No, he was injured in the process, played through multiple injuries throughout the entire season, on top of also not looking at the rushing stats along with the passing yards too. It's just not even it's just not reality to me, in my opinion.
All I'm saying is this is an MVP list from what, FanDuel?
Yeah.
FanDuel? Okay, where do you think the Super Bowl odds next year? I guarantee you the Dallas Cowboys.
Again, team accolades.
I'm bringing it back.
Okay, let's see.
I guarantee Dallas Cowboys have top 5 Super Bowl odds next year. They always fucking choke. They're not a top 5 Super Bowl contender. Trevor Lawrence might have top 16 MVP odds. He's going to choke. We've seen it. He's
Cowboys.
not a top 16. I would take...
The Cowboys
who
don't have
else
top
over
5
him?
Super Bowl odds. We had that conversation.
Justin Fields got an MVP vote. Why is he plus 5,000?
He's the same as Jared Goff.
Yeah. So are they the same caliber quarterback?
No.
Is Kyler Murray just as good? Because if you're going based off MVP odds alone, then that's the same caliber quarterback.
I don't understand.
And okay, so Tua Tagovailoa, there's your argument too.
Okay, what's up?
He's over Trevor Lawrence. Is he a better quarterback than Trevor Lawrence?
He's a better situation.
Is Jalen Hurts?
They're tied.
Is Jalen Hurts, who has
Tua
almost
Tagovailoa and Trevor Lawrence are tied.
Jalen Hurts has almost 1,000 plus better odds than Trevor Lawrence. Is he a better quarterback than Trevor Lawrence?
You'd be in a great situation. Also, hope you'll get MVP
Is Brock
odds
Purdy
too.
a better quarterback than Trevor Lawrence?
No.
Okay, then why are you bringing this up as he's better because he has better Super Bowl?
Well, team
odds?
situations help you boost your MVP odds too, right? So Jared Goff in a team situation, like a top 5, number 3, number 4 they were to win the Super Bowl next year, and he's still that far below.
Easy. That was my point to the rushing touchdowns. They had 23 of them. If they weren't able to run the ball so efficiently in the goal line zone, he would have more touchdowns.
Nick, but was he not still top 5?
I mean,
in passing categories.
I think he had like 30 touchdowns.
I'm saying
he would have way more. He would have way more, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
they're able to run the ball. That's why these are odds. A lot of them are also running quarterbacks, so it's going to boost your stats. It's going to make you look prettier.
Yeah, because you're doing more than just
flashy. Yeah.
But that your argument can't be an argument when the guy possesses top 5 statistics in the passing game against these other quarterbacks. He's number 4 in touchdowns, number 2 in yards, only had 11 picks in the season, but it's just the makeup of it. They know how it's built. They know what he's contributing versus who's overcompensating for their situations. Now, I think obviously people are still trying to figure out what Brock Purdy is. That's highly debated. I think the Jared Goff conversations that we have is on a just Detroit thing. That same conversation being had nationally with Brock Purdy, trying to figure out what he really is. I think he leans more towards like the Jared Goff type of thing, the game manager versus game changer type of conversation. I think Tua is the same situation too. I think the Miami Dolphins not paying him, that might be fucking themselves too.
All I know is Trevor Lawrence only had 6 more touchdowns than he did interceptions last year. If you're saying he's a top 7 quarterback and his touchdown to interception ratio is 21-14, I'm disagreeing with that.
That's fine. I would take Trevor Lawrence over Jared Goff just as you would if you had to redraft and pick your quarterback.
Also, Eazy, real quick, if say that 23 number from rushing totals goes to 16, and that's 7 more passing touchdowns for Jared Goff, he's leading the league. He's gonna get more votes because of that. Like, do you not agree with that one?
I don't understand what you're trying. No, I don't understand.
He would get more notoriety around the league if we weren't rushing the ball for as many touchdowns. We had 23 because we have elite goal line play from our running backs. If he's throwing those touchdowns, he would have led the league.
But he also
like Dak Prescott did, and he got MVP stats.
He also wouldn't be nearly as productive without those rushing, like without those components of it.
I think Trevor Lawrence he's like glamour muscles. He looks good, sounds good on paper, overrated, doesn't come through. And until he proves me otherwise, that's what he is.
He proved you otherwise last year in 2022.
Wait, because he won 1 playoff game?
Yeah, he carried them to the playoffs and won 1 playoff game.
Against the choke of all chokes? Against Brandon Staley and the Chargers?
But Trevor Lawrence is part of that.
So is Daniel Jones the truth too? Because he won 1 playoff game last year. So is Daniel Jones? Is he not a choke? Is he not a bad quarterback? Because he won a single playoff game in his career too.
Is getting there too, and again, what they're contributing to those wins.
Daniel Jones went crazy in that game.
It's what they're contributing to those wins.
Daniel Jones didn't contribute as much as Trevor Lawrence threw 4 interceptions in the first half of that game.
He did not.
He threw 4 interceptions in the first half of that game.
But Daniel Jones didn't contribute as much as Trevor Lawrence did on his end.
In that playoff game, yes, he did.
In that playoff game, yes. But I'm talking about the entire embodiment of work.
No, but that's
if you want to say on the 1 playoff game, yeah, Daniel Jones.
His entire embodiment of work. Phenomenal. He hasn't thrown more than 25 touchdowns in a season.
Talking about the season, and it's up.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about too.
Okay, but Spinny, I'm talking about watching the games, putting the film on, making an eyeball test. What's this guy doing to contribute to their wins versus what this guy's doing to contribute to their wins?
Trevor Lawrence thing to do?
Tremendously more than Daniel Jones is doing to contribute to their wins.
Yeah, but you said the one play. That's why I brought up Daniel Jones.
That year when he did that. Now, Daniel Jones had a phenomenal game against the Vikings. You cannot take that away. But the plays and shit that Trevor Lawrence is doing to get the stats that he acquired is much more than what Daniel Jones did to acquire his stats. That's why it's viewed as such.
Why I brought up Daniel Jones is because you said the reason Trevor Lawrence isn't this fraud that I paint him is because he won 1 playoff game.
No.
1 playoff. That's what you just said.
No, it's
you
not
said
what I just said.
He proved you wrong last year. You said he proved
you wrong last year.
Because he won 1 playoff game. That doesn't prove me wrong.
No, because that's not what I said. I said he proved you wrong last year.
And what did he do last year that was so great?
Just that one time, that 1 playoff game. He proved you wrong. The collection
by throwing 25 touchdowns? That's what he did last year. Was 25 touchdowns. 25 touchdowns, 4,100 yards.
See what he's doing to make these plays.
I'm just saying that's not.
You would take Daniel Jones over Trevor Lawrence.
Quarterback.
Would you take? Okay. Would you take Jared Goff over Trevor Lawrence
right now
as a general manager?
Last year, yeah.
You wouldn't.
Last year, I would.
You wouldn't. Then not a single GM would.
Trevor Lawrence hasn't shown me enough for what he's supposed to be. He was supposed to be the football messiah, long-haired Jesus. He hasn't done shit in the league.
I'm not calling him any of those things.
You're calling him a top 10 quarterback.
He is.
A top 8 quarterback.
He is.
Which he hasn't proven. A top 8 quarterback has a 4,000 yard, 21 touchdown, 14.
How do you put on the tape every?
You can put on tape and see Dante Culpepper looking great.
I don't understand how you can say he's not.
Eye test
do
isn't
not
everything.
Watch him and see him make these fucking fantastic plays. Like when shit breaks down, he's just fucking making magic happen.
Eye test isn't everything, man.
And then he gets hurt. He can't complete the mission that like past year.
He played 16 games last year.
I'm not pulling this out of my ass. This is a well-regarded topic. I think you're just arguing for the sake of fucking argument.
I'm saying
it's not just me saying
he hasn't been as good as he was supposed to be.
You come across to have a conversation with, they're taking Trevor Lawrence over Jared Goff every single fucking day.
And I guarantee you, if you ask every single general manager, has Trevor Lawrence lived up to what he's supposed to be, they'll all say, fuck no.
And that's not the conversation, though.
Yeah, it is.
You're changing the argument to have a winning side of it. That's not the conversation.
Him to be a top 5 quarterback is to live up to what he's been, and he hasn't been.
I'm not calling him a top 5 quarterback.
Top 8, okay, yeah.
But yes, he is.
No.
He is. Absolutely.
Who is 9 on your list?
9 on my list was Love.
Love? Okay, yeah, that's a little crazy, too.
That's not crazy at all, either. What do you mean? He had more touchdowns, less interceptions, and I think only just less yards than Jared Goff.
So why isn't he higher than Trevor Lawrence then? Because he had more touchdowns, less interceptions, and more yards than Trevor Lawrence. You said he's 9. Trevor Lawrence is 8, so he's not higher.
That's a skill set thing. Yeah.
What? I just think you're in love with...
He can work his way up.
I think you're in love with the idea of Trevor Lawrence.
It's not...
And what he can be.
It's not. Because if it would just be me, solely in the universe, having him on that list above those people. If it was just me. It's a fucking turn on the tape and watch with your eyeballs what this guy's doing and contributing to what their success and not success versus what the other guy's doing.
Yeah, again, and scoring touchdowns is an important success as well. That's probably the most important part. Scoring touchdowns. That's probably the most important part of a football team's success.
Team.
A player has to score.
Team accuracy.
Okay, so you don't want your quarterback to score touchdowns? You're cool with that?
It's putting on the tape and watching one guy's contributing to their team success versus what the other guy is.
He hasn't thrown more than 25 touchdowns in a season, bro.
Brother, but
that's not good. You can't say that's good.
He does more than throw. Does he not?
Let's see his rushing totals.
They're going to surprise you. And hey, I don't care about I'll die on this because it's just Detroit. And Detroit fans that think this.
How
you
much
go outside of here.
His best rushing season was last year. He had 339 yards and 4 touchdowns.
You talk to guys.
That's not some world beater.
I'm not. This is not a flex, but I have these conversations with these people. I try to book them for the show every single time.
Yeah.
Well, I have these conversations. It is only Detroit that views it as such.
Like I said, dude, it's not just Trevor Lawrence over Goff that gets me. It's that Trevor Lawrence is too propped up. And what he can do, what he should be able to do, yeah, it's great, but he hasn't done it yet. And I need to see you be that guy. I need you to be that big arm gazelle, and he hasn't done it yet. I thought last year he was going to be an MVP candidate, and he shit the fucking bed.
He did not. I would say he shit the bed.
His team was 8-8.
Definitely fell short.
He led his team to an 8-8 season.
All right. Well, I think you should watch the season because you sound uninformed. I'm not even trying to be like disrespectful.
Who's a better team on paper, Houston or Jacksonville?
Jacksonville.
Yeah, and they didn't live up to it.
Yeah, they did not.
So that is mainly on the guy who touches the ball every single game, every single play.
Again, with just black and white. Yeah, it's easy to say that, but watch if you take in the context of the situation that went down. There's like a clear understanding. Okay, this guy fucking couldn't stay up healthy the whole season.
That's also a knock.
That's fine, but he's still talent-wise, pound for pound. If he had an offensive line like JG has in front of him, Super Bowl.
Yeah, if my grandmother had wheels, she'd be a bike.
That's fine, but that's a conversation though. It's a pound for pound situation. It's not fucking who has the better stats. If that's the case, Tua Tagovailoa would be top 3, top 5 on both our lists.
I'm just saying
he's not existent in the top 10 at all.
Trevor Lawrence
Matter
is
of fact, Brock Purdy would be on the top 10 either.
Trevor Lawrence on paper, in a program or in an NFL combine, he looks fantastic.
Okay,
because he's big and he can make throws and he can do all this. But when it comes to the seasons, I haven't seen it so far.
But why is Brock Purdy absent from your top 10 list if that's all that matters? Contributing to the win, like just winning the games.
He's close,
but he's not in your top 10 at all.
He's close,
and he played the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's based on talent. If you want to do a list of like what they did this year, it's like a stats list, and then you're right 100% in that situation. But we're just talking about removing them from like if you could plug and play type thing.
Yeah, and like I said, it's not just the Lawrence over Goff thing. It's just the Lawrence glazing in general. To where I need
that's fair.
Like you're all
and
this good, you're all that great, but I need to see it actually happen.
Yeah.
Before I'm like you're Trevor Lawrence, you're a top 8 quarterback. I need to see you go out there and win some fucking games, and do something, and have a Burrow season where you pull your team through a Super Bowl, where you go out there and do that. He hasn't. What he did, his best season was it ended with him throwing 4 picks in the first half and then getting bailed out by his defense in the second half.
I'm not, and I get where you're coming from when it comes to like the glazing. I'm not trying to glaze. I just see the skill set there, and I think it's more pronounced than other people.
But that'll do it for us today. Appreciate you all tapping into the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. Make sure you smash that like button. For Eazy, for Nick, for Chris, for Trevor Lawrence, I'm Spencer Raxter. We're the Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Please like, comment, subscribe. Thumbs up. Like that.